Did we get you guys back? How was Cantwell's match? I don't have time for that one. Let's come back to this. Let's see if we pop back on a stream. I mean, it may just be that we have to restart it altogether.
I see you on Instagram.
You see me on Instagram? Oh, I'm on the fixed other camera. Okay. Oh, I see what might have happened. I think that was me trying to cheat out to a different camera angle because it does show me back here. So we're good on this. Let's check Instagram. Let's go back on over to YouTube. Because the idea might be that we just have to stick from here. I think YouTube might still be live too. Let's find out right now. I'm pointing over this way. Let's see if this comes back over this way. Where'd you say? Keith? Oh, shit. Combs and Varela is going to be a really good match on mat 6. Oh, boy. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a good match. That's a rematch, I believe, from Who's Next. Okay, Egghead Warrior says we're back. That's good. It's very strange that it did that. I'm checking all the different places, so keep talking to us on the different places. I see I'm back on Twitch. We're still on that. What's that? It was on Twitter already.
You're also on Twitch?
Yeah. We multi-stream, fam. Thoughts on Damien's match? Good. As you may have seen, there may have been some notes. You should have a specific question if you're going to ask me that one, because I don't know exactly what you're asking about. But yes, Keith and Rich Alarcon. Good shit there happening. Very nice. What's that? Yes. And there is a finish, or not a finish, but it's looking like kind of a finish there. Brandon Reed is back on mat 1. I think he's going to get a finish soon. Yeah, I think Keith did just win right now. Can we get a double check on that? John Combs, Varela, mat 6. And there's an ad on that? Yeah, because if they're going up now, I thought mat 6 was where Keith and... Keith got a sub? Yo, Keith is not only subbing everybody, but in a quick fashion. Yeah. Like, this time is being sucked up by him very much. Keith Kikorian got the armbar submission. And Corbett Mejia rematch is up now. He seemed in control, but gave it up at the last second. Got it. I mean, shit happens, bro. I saw Octavio there. That's good. That works there. It says the Instagram feed is paused and has been for a little bit. So, Gabe, I think we should be back up on the Instagram now. So, apologies for the inconvenience. Andrew Tackett, armbar chambers. Really? Wow. It's delayed for us, you guys, so you might be a few seconds ahead. For example, we still have not seen Combs and Varela. I see it. Yep. Damn. Good for him, man. Damn. So let me point this out. John Combs and Andy Varela shows that it's a minute in, and we don't even have it up on our screen. Now, I knew it could be as much as a minute delay. Combs and Varela are starting. So they're behind me even more on a delay like that. So, yeah, it's going to take a second for us to see that. Let's, while we do this, get a call in. We're going to go to one of our correspondents. Yep, all good. So we're back, baby. That's what's up. And yes, spotted comments are coming through, which I still can't make heads or tails about, which is weird as fuck.
We got a finish on mat 4.
All right, now I see Combs and Varela. That's good. Finish on mat, you said 4?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was that Weisenbro? Oh, so that was Holy over Weisenbro. Holy's on a big tear as well today. Good for him. All right, let me come back to where we left off here. So,
Jordan Holly has submitted everyone except for one person. That was Jordan Worth for 10 Planet.
Jordan Worth for 10 Planet is a tough match, so that does check out. Damn.
Except for his body. Oh, they're keep Corey in next.
Got it.
That's a good rematch.
Very nice. Okay, cool. So we moved through a little bit more, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys so much. As Big Jersey says, smash that like button. We appreciate you all the more and all the much for coming through here today. Look at that. I love that we got our hooligans walking through. We have a guy who's not even at the gym right now. He just happened to walk by because he was going to the smoke shop. What's up, brother? He just does his cameo and is like, y'all look like you're working out. Bye. I'm out. This is him being like, you guys working out?
Nice.
Checks out.
He's the funniest kid.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, he's really funny.
He's a sweetheart.
I like his story. He has a really good story.
Oh, shit. New. All right, Matt, number 2. Keep eyes on that. All right, let me go ahead and take a couple of these questions that I saw pop up real quick. Enriquez coming up on Mat 3. Thank you for that. So far, so good, though. Combs Varela. It is kind of like, dude, it was action-packed for like 2.5 minutes. Now they're slowing down just a smidge. J-Rod coming up. He's actually up right now. He's up 5-0. So shout out to him. Elder Cruz, Abraham Law. That's happening on Mat number 1. Dominic Mejia, he is happening against Gavin Corbet. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. That's happening on Mat 7. And Giandre Cobre, he is going up against Gianni Grippo. That's going to be another one, really good one to watch. So keep in mind, those are the matches that you guys are seeing in front of you at the moment. You know, I got real sad, Octavio, because I thought my burrito was gone.
Yeah, that's always a sad feeling.
And then I realized I had another half.
Part 2.
It's just because I'm in the process of like eating and hosting that I go, oh. So I'm going to go ahead and put a APV out to our good friend, Anthony Horta, who did try to call in. So hopefully he doesn't kill the whole thing again. Call in. I just like the fact that as he was calling in, I was like, why is everything pausing? Like, what the hell's happening here?
Slowly watching the mainframe collapse.
But I also can't fix it. Trinity Pun, Jasmine Rocha. Give me the result on that. Paul Ordia, you're timing in.
It has no conclusion yet. At least on the website.
Well, guys, good news. You know, we have a lot of correspondence here. Perhaps none with more experience than an actual ADCC Trials winner in his own right. Joining us right now, remotely, from his beautiful Atlanta home. One, Paul Ordia. Paul, how are you doing, brother?
What's up, man?
Well,
Watching
one,
these
it's good to
matches,
see you.
88 kilos.
So,
Elder Cruz.
Paul, let me ask this right
Abraham,
now.
Last name. What's up?
Are you watching? Do you not have a shirt on right now?
Nah, of course not. Of course not. I get excited. I get nervous. I get sweaty for these guys, man.
Well, it's because you famously right now, even watching ADCC, you're going ADCC style with no rash guard. So to me, I'm looking at you and I'm thinking to myself, my man, you're so committed to it. But you, when you compete, you do wear the rash guard. You're wearing that wonderful VHTS, if I'm not mistaken, rash guard, right?
That's right. Except the sponsorship with VHTS, or at least our partnership, ended at that last trial.
Oh, so they're they're not going to get any more free promotions. So what does this mean? Are you going without the rash guard again? Are you waiting for a new sponsor? What's happening here, sir?
Yeah, I'm talking to a company, but we'll see. We'll see what happens come ADCC and what I'm rocking. But yeah, no, for sure. If no one's giving me anything, man, I'm just rocking the all chest hair. You know.
Okay, see, this is what we want to know. Okay, let me ask, what is the statistical advantage of doing no rash guard when you are competing at that high of a level? Because I've had different people say different results.
I don't know, man. I've always rocked a rash guard, so I don't know. I think my style is actually probably better to wear a rash guard, have a little more friction, have guys not jumping everywhere and stuff. So,
because dude,
but
that's
at the
my
same
thing.
time,
Did
you know what I mean? Right
Combs
before
just
ADCC,
lost? How did Combs lose?
I didn't see. I just saw him.
And why is it like they framed it like it was a comic book movie where you see like the one person like Batman like who died, and then the villain in the background just like guns blazing. So let me ask this, Paul. What have we been missing? What have you been seeing on the 88 kgs?
Well, Elder Cruz is looking different strong right now for the weight class, because I know Abraham is a super strong dude also, and he's just kind of getting kind of pushed around right now. I mean, it's still 0-0, but yeah, Elder's looking really good, man. Really strong. Hopefully he made some corrections to leg-lock defense.
Who did you have expectations for in 88 to like show out today?
I mean, who am I rooting for? Who do I want to win? So we actually have a guy from Atlanta who's still in it, Ryan Aiken. He's 88 kilos. I have a feeling that he's going to do really well. Actually, I can't remember if he already. Oh no, last time he lost to Elder, but hopefully he's made some changes around too. So we'll see. We'll see come semis if he wins in the quarters here.
You are correct. Yeah, I mean Ryan is somebody I've had eyes on, and I've been expecting big things from. So he's so far so good for him though, right?
So far so good. Yeah, he looked really good in the last round. The only thing is, I don't know how his wrestling hasn't looked as good as his like other styles of his or other facets of his game. And Elder's best part of his game is his wrestling. So hopefully he doesn't engage. Hopefully he just pulls and tries to get some subs or at
So
least
speaking
some
of
points
which,
that
we
way.
have an update on mat 5 is going to be Ryan Aiken versus Chris Wojcik. So two friends of the show going up against each other here.
Oh, Chris is also my boy. So actually, but let me switch it over here. See if I can switch it over.
So let me ask this to you, sir. Right now, your camera is famously like this. Can you make it like this?
It's famous like how?
So you have it like this.
Yeah.
Can you make it like that? Yeah, bro. Because every time I've tried to frame up on you, I literally have these up shots on your teeth, and I'm not trying to put a shot of your giant teeth on the camera if I can avoid it. They're nice teeth.
Right. Elder just beat Abraham.
Elder did just beat Abraham. Okay. Thank you for that information, which, by the way, I did get information here, which is that the way that Combs actually lost was that he ended up projectile vomiting off the mat or on the mat, and that was noted as the end of the mat. Like, that's an intense way to lose a match.
I didn't see them while I was eating my burrito.
You know what? We just caught the tail end of the result. We didn't know exactly what happened, but I've never seen something like that happen in grappling. And that, what's that?
Is that what you said you have right now? You want a black screen?
You know, I think Paul is trying to come through from the other side. I think he was trying to do this. So see, yeah, there we go. That's how you're getting. Paul looked like he's at the very end of the Michael Jackson black or white video when they start doing the morph effect. Like, that's the camera angle he's giving me at this moment. We're the guest has muted himself. All right, we're gonna give him a second to get his shit back together. But it is great. I mean, listen, when you have a former trials winner who has insight that he wants to provide, you shut the fuck up and you listen and you take that insight and you say, Paul Ardea, teach me the things. Tell me the things. What should we know? And yeah, he's not going to watch ADCC with a shirt on. How dare you? He's in the comfort of his own home.
It's 4D. Burn like that.
It's you know what? You know what? It's so great. I wonder if like he starts with like watching, and then slowly throughout the day, it's like, no, I just got it. Oh,
You change your shirts throughout the competition.
He did what I said yesterday, which is you progressively change every match. Don't wear the same thing. You come in, one match singlet, next match rash guard. You just keep throwing off the people is what you do there.
Last match t-shirt.
Last match you know what? Last match t-shirt is a very smart idea. All right, I see Paul back here. Paul, you were mentioning 2 seconds ago the Elder did advance. Did you see how he advanced? It was at points?
I couldn't see because I was flipping my phone around, and hearing you talk about my big old teeth. So I missed it, but I did see that.
I don't want to make you self-conscious. You have very nice teeth. It's just when you do this camera angle and I switch to the like zoom in on you, this is the angle that happens. And when it's upright, it zooms in even more. So this at least is a decent angle. When it zooms in, it is not friendly to people. So I'm trying to do you a solid here, fam.
Look, man, hate on my teeth all you want.
Nobody's hating on your teeth. Everybody likes how you look. And in fact, I like that, you know, we were discussing here. Those are the matches that are coming up. Kyle Bame is coming up as well. Max Hansen is happening on mat 1. Adam Bradley on mat 2. So Morgan Black, also friend of the show, mat 7. And Nikki Sullivan and Amanda, that's going to be good on mat 8. So it has been nonstop action. You mentioned that yesterday you might call in. You didn't call in, but you did go on a date. So I have to ask, did the date go well, sir?
Nah, it didn't go well. I'm not even gonna lie. It didn't go well. It didn't go well.
So what happened? You got to watching some of the ADCC coverage and you're like, nah, girl, this ain't happening tonight. I'm staying in at ADCC Trials and chill.
No, I went out and the girl was cool, man, but she wasn't that cool. She was kind of not my type. Not my type.
You know what? Hey, listen, bro. You're getting out there. That's all that matters. We just want to see you enjoying life, doing what you do. But I did get a note here from one of our correspondents who said, yo, I forgot when I named PJ the most handsome in all jiu-jitsu. I totally forgot about Paul. He might be giving AJ or PJ a run for the most handsome in all jiu-jitsu. So all the guys even think right now, if you're not getting on that date site, I'm sure that some of these bros are looking at you like, hey bro, what are you doing? You want to like hang out, man? You want to like watch some ADCC, bro?
Well, looks like I might have to take someone up on it, man. These dates are rough.
All right. So has anybody else? Go ahead.
I was gonna say Ryan and Chris, at least on my end, the video wasn't working, but it just started working. Is 0-0 points are on, and Chris is on top, putting good pressure, but I don't think he has a good angle to pass right now.
Yeah, I think if anything, if Ryan wants to sit up, that he has an option to. I think Chris is also kind of partial to that. It's just Chris is usually somebody I'm used to seeing on bottom and playing guard. Ryan is very solid from underneath either. So this is a very interesting proposition between these two gents.
Yeah, Ryan's looking about 30 to 35 pounds bigger than Chris.
No shit.
It looks like on my TV. God, yeah, he's looking big as hell. God damn.
You know what's so funny is that
he's doing 99 kilos. I feel like
so let me ask this. Has anybody else garnered your attention in the divisions you weren't covering? Is somebody like, did they pique your interest or somebody that like, yo, because you famously have qualified in 2 different weight classes, sir.
That's right. Oh, you know your stuff, man. You know your stuff. Well, to me, at least in West Coast, 88 kilos was probably the toughest one. I mean, everyone is. I mean, it was just a stacked weight class this time. But you know what? You know what match I didn't see going the way it did? I just can't remember his last name. It's Kyle something against Majid Hage, and he ended up heel hook him in a 50-50.
Yeah.
50-50. Did you see that?
I did, yes.
Yeah, that I didn't see coming. So good for him. I think he's up right now too, but I can only see one match at a time on my end.
Wait, so do you have it playing on your TV? Is that why?
Yeah.
bro. Let me hook you up, okay? Check this out.
You gonna put me on? All right.
I'm gonna tell you how to do this, because what it's clear to me is you're an ADCC Trials vet, one of our Oest of G's. But I want you to see what I'm working with here. What you got to do is you can't go with the app. The app is dog shit. What I've got here is this coming down on a computer screen that I HDMI in. Then you do, because if you do it off like that, you can, on a browser, make 4 at a time. You do 2 browsers, spread them out.
Yeah, that's the move.
You know what it is? It's very sad because I saw the look of recognition by you that goes, yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, that's definitely much better.
I'm just letting you know, dude. But here's the thing. We're about to get into semifinals and finals pretty soon. So you really just have to do this for the next couple hours with viewing like this. But if you wanted to, I would grab your computer and HDMI this shit in. But right now, Aiken, Wojcik still scoreless. It looks like we're about to go to overtime.
Okay, on my end, we're already in overtime. I won't spoil anything, but actually,
listen, there is no such thing as spoilers here. Like, I don't know if you know this. No matter who wins, we tend to invite them to come on the show. That part I think you're familiar with. But I can't really be on record being like, oh shit, that sucks. When it's like, so you didn't want me to win? You didn't want me to win? I'm like, no, just tell me who won. That's all.
Okay. So when I was competing in East Coast, you better have been saying, I only want Paul to win and no one else, man.
Hold on. I said Paul is a friend of the show. You see how this goes. Paul's a friend of the show. We're rooting for him. I hope he does well. But I can't sit there the whole time be like, yo, Paul is our best friend. It better be him and nobody else. Like that. I can't do that, dude.
There's no loyalty in the media nowadays.
Whoa. This is some heavy accusations here, sir. But you know what, though? I guess statistically, I would be served well to probably say, I'm rooting for my boy Paul because he's going to win, because it's happened multiple times. So I wouldn't be in the wrong there. But it's tough, dude, as you saw, even with Varela and Combs. They're both, I think, people that we're friendly with. Combs and, Bobby and John Combs had a great match, and they're both really tight with us. When you're seeing this, though, sir, I do have to ask.
You guys see what's going on with...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, can you guys see what's going on with Ryan and Chris? Because on my end, the screen just went black.
It just froze, and I think it's about to go to black now.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I'm so sorry,
man. Grappling, man.
Wait, you can't talk mess about them. You have to appear on their television very soon. But yes, it is entirely frustrating for all of us here being like, yo, I want to see how my boy does. Oh, wait, black screen of death, but just a scoreboard. Cool. That's cool.
More importantly, especially like with these shows, like, man, I know how tough it is, but like, man, these are 2 of the best in the world right now. And we got them in the quarterfinals, and I need to see for my fan self what is happening right now.
You know, I still love this fact. It is very difficult to do this because, dude, I see you all the time. You've got on the trials on every different region. Like, I see you watching South American trials. I see you watching like Asian trials. Like, I see when you were watching your folks and your people, you stay very in tune, which is one of the reasons why we wanted you as a correspondent. Is I was like, oh, I think this guy watches as much as we do, and this is our job.
Oh, for sure, man. No, I'm definitely a fan of the sport first before anything else. Like, even if I feel like if I, at some point I ever retire, I still watch it religiously. I can't stop now.
You know what? When you retire, what the hope is, give me some time here, but we should probably be having you here in person, like a retired UFC fighter, and just sitting at the desk. So that way, if you try accusing me of not being a fan, you're at least in person, and there's a hint of danger when you're just trying to give me shit and I start roasting you badly. And I start saying, like, you know what? Those teeth, they don't look as white as they used to, fam. What happened, bro?
Age, man.
Age. I'm seeing a note from my producer here on Mat 4. What were you saying? He had a triangle. Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, Adam Bradley's about to take place on mat number 2. Oh, did he powerbomb him on the table? In the Kyle Bain match, his opponent basically, Stefan Banta, I guess, was locking up a triangle. And then all of a sudden you just see both of the boys on the table, like the mat side table. And you're like, was he picking them up and being like, well, boom, done.
Amanda Bruce advances.
Thank you for that. Amanda Bruce did advance. So very good to see on that side. Jesus Christ. Okay, so let me ask you this. Because you've been in these situations, sir, to us, day 2, increasingly hectic. What part of day 2, like at what part, like time-wise, does it feel the most hectic on the other side?
Probably that first round.
Yeah.
First round, you're just... Because the thing is, like, from day 1 to day 2, like, the level is, like, a couple notches up. And generally speaking, I feel like most competitors will tell you, like, the first match of the day, it just, like, you're a little cold, your mind isn't fully there, and you make more mistakes, and you just kind of want to get it done with. And yeah, still a bunch of competitors and stuff, so it's a little more hectic, I feel like.
I hate to interrupt your flow here, but it looks to me like they moved on from Aiken and Wojcik, and we don't know how it ended.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I might have to switch to vertical real quick.
No.
I might have to mess this up. I gotta see what's going on.
I like the no. It's totally fine. You're exactly who we are. Wojcik ended up winning by ref's decision.
What?
Yeah.
That is insane.
And you know what the dumb part is?
How can you guys see?
There's no way you can verify that from your standpoint until you are able to see the highlights when it goes up. Oh, shit, man. That sucks. I at least wanted to see it. I mean, Ryan has been a very game competitor. Wojcik, obviously very good. Woo! That is, oh, nope. Just now it's the stream is experiencing technical difficulties. I think you're right. I think right now it's a Tammy Misi match.
But it went to black and then they went to a commercial to kill 4.
Yeah. Well, you know what they figured? They're like, well, if you can't see anything, we might as well give you a commercial. Here you go.
Not during a match.
So they finished the commercial and now they're back to a black screen.
So they've had all this time, they can't fix that camera.
Yeah, I think they're trying to kill time to fix that camera. And is that Reed that's ending up on working on a heel hook here? Or no? At first, I think he was looking for a footlock, but he might actually get countered here. And that's mat 7. So Trinity Pun, Jasmine Rocha, mat 3. Mike Gonzalez, Adam Bradley, mat 1. Just a couple heads up on those. So anyway. Yeah, well, good news. Camera 5 is back up now, sir. So, you can see action back on mat 5 now. Just not Chris Wojcik or Brian Aiken. A look of concern is hushed over our champ here. You hear us okay, sir? Paul, do you hear us over on your side of the world? Paul, I think we might be cutting out because I don't hear my echo back on your stream. Do you hear me at all? I'm going to send you a note off air, sir. But yes, he knew enough. He is very smart. That's how you know. Okay, Corbet brothers will face each other next round. Oh, Paul, this is how smart he is. Look at these. Paul is a smart human being. He figured it out. He knew what was going on. I was like, yo, Paul, I can't hear you. Paul, I cannot hear you. You have to call back. Call me now. Like, yeah. Let me ask this now. Do you need to know who is left in the 88? Because it did get very confusing here, sir. Or do you know?
Yeah, who do we have?
Okay, let me get
I don't know.
Let me get you the updated, because guess what? Very hard to keep in touch with what's happening when streams cut out. So we're doing our best to help our correspondents here, but I will get you the names right now. The people who are left in the 88 right now. It looks like we have our semifinals set. Semifinals are going to be Elder Cruz versus William Tackett, Chris Wojcik versus J-Rod.
Oh.
Sir, you famously told me that when we get down to this, oh man, you better be going for Paul or Dia. So I'm going to put you on the spot now because you are part of a correspondent team. Now we got to see what your word holds to. Who is taking the 88 kg division with these 4 semifinalists, sir?
Jasmine Rocha submits Trinity Bun.
Thank you.
Who do I want to win, or who do I think is going to win?
Both.
Or
I'll take both. I'll allow you to have some wiggle room.
Okay. I'll start with who do I want to win. First, of course, Ryan being from Georgia, representing Georgia, that's what I was hoping would take it all the way. But now that he's out, Chris Wojcik, we recently met, really liked him, really nice guy. So now I'm going Chris Wojcik, hope he wins. But now stylistically, I think Elder Cruz is very likely to take it.
Okay, so you're thinking Elder Cruz over Tackett on this.
Well, yeah, because I think Elder Cruz beat Tackett already at East Coast Trials. So, I mean, his wrestling is just too solid. His positioning is really solid. It's really hard to like get him out of position. And he's a big dude.
So,
yeah,
may I remind you, the interesting aspect of this right now, where we stand, is that 3 of these people have qualified for trials before. Cruz is qualified. Tackett is qualified. J-Rod is qualified. Wojcik is not qualified, but he is definitely in that conversation. So right now, when you say, like, man, Elder Cruz is wrestling, I mean, Williams looked very good throughout this tournament. And, like, he seems in his zone as well to me. So I feel like J-Rod has been, can I get a double check? J-Rod has submitted everybody, or did he have one decision? But yesterday he submitted everybody, and has a previous run where he submitted everybody all the way there. So I just want to make sure as a correspondent that you have all the information available to you before someone gets mad at you and they're like, yo, how come did shirtless Paul Ardea? How come he did me wrong, bro?
Well, luckily for them, I don't care what they say. I just got to go with. Here's the thing, okay? Even knowing all of that, right? The thing is, Elder Cruz already beat Tackett, who has qualified before, and I think J-Rod. I also really like J-Rod, by the way. I think he has like a really good like scramble game, and he'll catch you from like certain positions if you're not careful. But I think Elder's game is just too solid. At least it's been this way for East Coast and now West Coast Trials. It's just really hard to get him out of position, and you're gonna need a little bit of strength, like Jacob Couch showed in the finals. He just kind of went full guard and then just really went underneath and just pulled like strongly and got him over. I don't know who can have like that amount of strength to beat Elder.
Okay, noted. You do not like Jay Rodriguez. Got it. We heard that loud and clear, and it is put on the record. You said you're like, J-Rod, he's trash. I think his wrestling's trash. I think his brother's wrestling's trash. I thought it was really weird that you said all that, but it is what it is.
First of all, man, those words have never come out of my mouth.
You say that, but you know what? You give me about good to 20 minutes and $30 for AI to make it happen. It'll definitely look like you said it.
It's funny.
So let's do this, sir. Why don't we go ahead and take a break here? Why don't we watch a few more? And if you want to call us back after semis, we would love to hear from you then. But we'll give you some time, maybe find some ability to relax, get your multi-stream up. But it looks like they're starting to condense things down for the semis.
Yeah, I might even find the shirt. Believe it or not.
You know what? Hold on. Let's take wagers here because we're all bets. What is the odds that you're going to come back sans shirt or with shirt? Let's say, is it a 2-1 that you're coming back with a shirt, or are you coming back no shirt?
You tell me. You tell me. What do you think?
I don't want to tell you because that's going to influence the decision. This is how I know you're a lawyer. This is how I know you're like, wait, can I get the odds that they are? Because I'm going to place a bet on myself. Just like some pitchers for certain organizations. No big deal.
All right. I feel like it's a 50-50 on whether I come back with more clothing or less clothing.
All right. We'll see. All right. Paul Ardea, thank you so much for being a correspondent for us. We'll see you back a little bit later, sir.
Sounds good. See you later.
Love you, brother. All right. This is so funny. All right. Paul is a gem of a human being. I appreciate this. Let's check in with some notes here. It says, oh, sorry, I couldn't get this one, Gabe. Can you keep an eye on Trinity's match? I'm across the room and not going to make it over in time. Paul Ardea came in, and then he just, his smile ruined everything. It sucks. My boy lost to one of the Corbet brothers yesterday. I mean, most people are, bro. Pixley is in the semis and hasn't had a match over 41 seconds. That's a very good observation. Pixley was he was a quiet sleeper, so he's definitely on a lot of people's radars now, for sure. And it says Tennessee crashing out of March Madness, so shifting all my need for sporting happiness onto a Mo versus Nicole final in the -65. Well, that's a thing. Let's go through some of these organizations' semifinals that are coming up here very shortly. So yes, the Corbet brothers are against each other in the first semifinal in the 66. In the other 66 semifinal, it's Jordan Holy versus Keith Krikorian. I'm very nervous for both of those for different reasons, because the brothers, they're going to go batshit crazy. And yet with Keith and Jordan, I pray for everyone's ACLs to stay intact.
Keith a chance to redeem the Gio loss.
Yeah.
As one of his coaches. So.
To my knowledge, though, Keith has beaten Jordan in the past, though.
Yes, but they've gone against each other a couple times.
Yeah.
They're very familiar with each other's game.
Yeah. Moving to the 77 kg category, it's Taza versus Hansen. That should be a good match. And then Andrew Tackett versus Andy Varela. Now, I may misremember this, and you guys can tell me in the comment section, but I believe for the show Who's Next, I thought it was Andrew Tackett that took out Varela on that reality series. So essentially they had a show that was The Ultimate Fighter, but they just did it with grappling. They called it Who's Next. We called it The Ultimate Grappler because they did the exact same show. It wasn't anything crazily different about it. And I thought I remembered Andy Varela getting eliminated just to get into the house. And I thought it was by Tackett. I could be wrong here, but I do know he was eliminated, so he didn't make the actual cast. So that would be very interesting to see that rematch, because Andy's powered up a lot, in my opinion, but Tackett has been on a very good trajectory today. The output that it must be to get John Combs to yak like that. Yeah, that's incredible. We previewed this with our good friend Paul Ardea, who said he's kind of rooting for his friend Chris Wojcik, but that he has high expectations for Elder Cruz, because in the first bout it's going to be Elder Cruz and William Tackett versus Chris Wojcik and J-Rod in the second. That's going to be interesting. So those are two really good semifinals. Let's now go further all the way into the semifinals. And here's what's happening. We are waiting to see how the rest of this plays out, because Zachary and Goto is happening on our screen right now. And just to let you know, Diashi Goto and Zachary, there's currently no points right now, and they still have a minute 36. The winner of this bout will take on Michael Pixley, who, as we have noted here, no match has gone over 42 seconds for him throughout a weekend, which does play a factor when you get that far off. And we do have two of these gents who are now outside of the mat area. I think you... Oh, there are two ladies. My apologies. Thank you. I did not see that. I thought there was still the dudes.
Crazy fast-paced match. I've been watching that the whole time.
Yeah, that's been the one to keep eyes on? Okay. Let's go over to the big boys. Big boys, I think, are we finalized? No, we're not finalized yet. We're still figuring that out. That's why I said that. Okay. Big boys. Michael Perez versus Brandon Reed. Brandon Reed has been a standout. His wrestling is quite good. So those two are in the first semifinal. The second semifinal has yet to be set. It's going to be Petzuo versus Hansen and Pika versus Baker. And there's a high likelihood you could see Baker versus Hansen.
Well, the Baker match has been going on for a while. They're about, I think they're about to get into overtime.
Nice. So we're coming up soon on a winner on that side. On the ladies' side, let's go ahead and go and preview a couple of those. Okay, I see what this is. It's an all Atos. Enriquez versus Bruce. Bruce, thank you. Sorry. Semifinal on the top and on the bottom side.
Two teammates back to back.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I guess Nikki isn't part of Atos anymore, is she? 50-50 now?
She's part of 50-50 indeed, yes. It gets very strange to keep up with everybody's like, I don't do that team anymore. And you go, like, bro, I don't know. I don't follow you this intently. I'm trying to keep up. I don't know. Alex Enriquez, Bruce, top side, bottom side, Musamichi and Rocha, which is going to be a really good match. So that's what's happening on that side. That's a semifinal. Let's go down. Semifinals. So this is what I believed was pitched by one of our friends. Mo Black has made her way to the semifinals again. Helena Krevar is already in the semifinals as well. On the bottom side, she'll be going up against Matthew. So that's what's set there. There could be a rematch. It could be Black and Krevar again from East to West Coast Trials. This time for it to matter, unfortunately. Amanda Levy has punched her ticket to the semis with Jay Case also in it. And Mitrovic and B. Mick is also in the semifinal as well. So those, my friends, are your semifinals for the ladies as well. So this means that we bypassed a lot of different information. I'm going to go ahead and put the hit out to our friend. Go ahead and call in. Anthony Horta, unfortunately, was trying to call us while we were in the middle of our melee there. And while we were talking with, what is it, Paul Ardea. And as we're, oh no. BMAC put up the video of Combs yakking, and I feel very bad even looking at it. God damn it, man.
He was like, from his perspective, he saw it happening, or he just has it from the stream?
It was like,
so they just removed all the other matches that are happening live right now off of your screen.
yeah.
So there's a bunch of other matches happening right now. You're not gonna see them.
No, I mean, we are essentially done. Bryce just said, let's go, Keith. So there is that. Okay. So let me check their schedule because I know they're supposed to adhere to those schedules. So I want to double check that. Flow, Grappling, ADCC East or West Coast schedule.
Well, it says here semifinals and third place matches start at 2:30.
We start at 2:30. So
Then it goes into a break and then come back at 5.
So it looks like we're probably going to take a break right now and then take another break. Then what we'll do while we're waiting is we'll take calls so that after the semifinals go, we can take a break then. That'll be our official break.
Let's go.
Well, this is the part we shouldn't be taking a break on, but
Matches happening right now. They didn't finish all the matches.
can you go check? Because maybe we were in such a lag, they just did it because they're like, well, they're done now, but we didn't know that they were done. Eek. Yeah, because Godo, I never saw the result, but they are out of time there.
Before they did this, actually, there was still three matches happening on the map. Maybe they ended, but we didn't get to see how they ended.
Yeah. So Pika ended up beating Austin Baker. I hope this very, very young girl knows that she's on camera, by the way. It's very sad, and I don't want to insult her, so I'm not going to. but it is very strange. Okay. It's a long, arduous day. Let me see if... Apologies, you guys. Just so you know, we are bringing the information as we find it. That is why we're hanging out right now, to be like, well, I guess we're just on a hold. Give some shout outs to some friends. Shag, what's up? Saw you. Gabe, saw you. Zach, I saw you. Hunter, what's up? Ryan, good to see you. Steven Rosales, good to see you as well. Glad to see some friends popping in. And again, not a bad turnout on Twitter. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching on the Twitters, you guys have been very sweet all to us all day. All right. Let's see if we can get some friends to call in right now. I was trying to get a call in. Go ahead and call in. Ooh, is somebody calling in right now? I don't think so. All right. We are waiting on, I think, the semis right now. So we have a slight pause. We're going to check in with a couple of our friends who will be giving us updates about their particular brackets. So you wouldn't know it, but yes, Paulo Dia was assigned 88 kg. So him calling in was wonderful. We do have a friend right now joining us. Stoked to see her. You know, I have to say this. Those of us who cover the sport, we know when other people are covering the sport because we see them talking about the sport. I'm on every single event, like legitimately watching every single event. So I know the real. I know the people who are watching every single event. Our correspondent for the ladies is somebody who is watching every single event. She is covering it. She has written about it. She is on it. She has not only done that, but she's put together seminars for women, like big-ass seminars with some of the biggest names in the world. So she holds it down, not just for the reporting, not just for the covering, not just for the competing, but all around. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show, friend one, Laura Kent. Laura, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. It's an exciting weekend. Happy to be here.
It is, well, first of all, it's a pleasure to have you, but it has been jam-packed all weekend. Have you been able to keep up with everything? Because we had some matches go, and I was like, oh, they lost? Didn't even know. Sounds good.
Definitely not everything, but I've been like checking the bracket. Honestly, that's the easiest way to keep track of things. And I like that they've got the little text alert things. I set some text alerts for the athletes that I really want to pay attention to. Although I will say the only thing that kind of sucked, the alerts were a little bit ahead of my stream.
Oh, no.
So there were a couple times that I would get the text like as I'm watching on my phone, and I'm like, oh, well, now I know how this is going to end in a moment. But it's nice because it like tells you when, you know, for my friends and everything, like assigned to Matt, whatever. And then I know to kind of look out for them. So that's been useful. But yeah, there's just way too many, especially now that we're in day 2 and we're down to, you know, only so many people per bracket. Like each bracket, multiple mats, you've got all these different matches going on. You can only watch one mat at a time. I don't have like a crazy setup at home, at least. I'm just, you know, working with one screen here. So.
Hold on. Yes. I have set up my crazy setup. I love that both you and Paul Dia are like, I'm but a simple setup person. I've only got one screen at a time. And I'm like, hold up. I go, it took me a while to figure this out because I knew there was a way to do it, but I hate the fact that you have to outsmart the way of seeing it on a viewer tab and stream that to your actual TV. Like the fact that you can't have multi-streams on an app is insane to me in this modern age.
Yeah, is that how you do it? I wouldn't even know. But yeah, I'm impressed that you are able to accomplish all that.
I will show you what I showed Paul Dia, who, by the way, you know, he wasn't asking for like 20 mats. He's just like, oh, I'm just watching one mat at a time. And I showed him what we're working with here. And I don't know if you could see it, but yes, when it's going on. So that's why when people,
8.
yeah, so I do have all 8 going up. And we're trying to bring everybody's attention to being like, okay, Mat 7, here's what's going on. Here's what I see here. But it's literally so much information that at a certain time you're like, I know I've said people's names wrong, where I go, that was Diashi Kakorian. And, you know, like, because you just start going, like, your brain's observing so much stuff that you go, huh? Oh, yeah, that person, they won, I think. And then you have to do what I like to call body language reporting. So, like, yesterday, I actually thought Mike John won. And I go, oh, his body language, he won. And then a little bit later, I was like, you know, I'm not seeing Mike John on the list of 32. Oh, yikes. Okay. Wrong body language read. Didn't know that. He just took his loss in stride. All right. So we did assign you one division. I would like to start. I did want to start there. What did you see in your division and what stood out to you?
Honestly, day one was kind of as predicted. I will say the large women division, big bitches as I like to call us, because it's like my division. That's why I'm paying the most attention. The most of my friends are in it. Yeah, and it's the people that I would be going against. A lot, you know, some of them I did go against at East Coast Trials. So anyway, as planned, I feel like day one there wasn't any like crazy upsets or anything because there's definitely people that stand out, you know, obviously like the top names. Amanda Levy is like the first that comes to mind. She's won trials before, West Coast Trials. She's been in ADCC. She's beat Gabby Garcia. She took out East Coast Trials like easy, honestly. And so far she's smoking it as far as West Coast Trials. So that's not a surprise. But I will say today there was probably the most like surprise matches out of this division because another big name was Erin Harp. Like she was in the Who's Number One championship that Amanda fought Gabby in. She's definitely like one of the bigger names. I feel like one of the more experienced veterans. And she actually got taken out by someone that I wasn't really honestly paying that much attention to. I think her name's Jennifer Case. Yeah, and I've seen her name a lot signed up at different ADCC Opens, and I know she's done well at the Opens. I'm also pretty sure she's like in the Masters division. I think she's older when she registers for the Opens. I hope I'm not speaking incorrectly, but I'm 99% sure. So yeah, I'll be honest, I wasn't paying that much attention to her in day one and stuff because I kind of expected her to get like taken out, you know. And the girls that she was fighting to were also kind of people that I wasn't as familiar with. And I feel like I know a lot of the women because I watch a lot, like you said. I'm kind of paying attention to, although with the exception of IBJJF, that's its own little thing. But if you're doing sub only, you know, ADCC rules, any of that kind of stuff, like I'm usually familiar with your name. Most of these girls I've seen before. But her first two were like, you know, I didn't really know, but now she took out Erin Harp, and that was like a scrap. That was a really dominant match on her part. So obviously now I'm really impressed. You know, I mean, she's down to the top 4 at this point, and I'm like, okay, this shit kind of came out of nowhere. So didn't see that coming. Also, my homie Brittany, obviously she's one of the top people. She made it to I think either the top 4 at East Coast Trials. She lost to Amanda, which obviously then Amanda wins the whole thing. So Brittany's really good. And obviously she's kicking my ass all the time in training. But she ended up going against another really good black belt, Elizabeth Mitriovic. I'm not sure if you've heard of her, but she just recently won Nogi Worlds at like, I want to say our weight class. I'm pretty sure the 170, either medium heavy or heavy, one of those two, but around our weight and everything. So like obviously knows what she's doing. She's tall, she's lanky, she's got a really technical guard. So she managed to get like a pretty quick sub on Brittany. So she's moving on to the next round, and she's definitely more of an IBJJF-er. I don't see her do like a lot of sub only stuff. And honestly, even the ADCCs, I feel like she's kind of newer to the rule set. Like I don't think she's done a lot of trials before. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that one was an interesting one. So now she's in the last 4. The other not really surprise is Bridget McAleese. She's won all kinds of opens. She got, what was it, silver at East Coast? She definitely podiumed. Yeah,
Yes.
she only lost to Amanda in the finals, I think. I mean, Bridget's super impressive. Another excellent black belt. I expected her to do really well. So, yeah, it's an interesting mix of like kind of a little bit, I don't want to say newer because Mitriovic isn't newer. Like I said, she's a really good black belt, but I don't see her in these type of things quite as much. Whereas like Brittany has done trials plenty of times at this point. So
I want to point you out. First of all, excellent analysis. So this is my favorite thing in the world is that when you're on your side of the world and I'm like, hey, would you like to be a correspondent? You're like, I don't know. I mean, if you got nobody else. And I'm like, no, I know what I'm getting with you. I know it's good. So you just gave us a masterclass in explaining these different ladies and what they're good at. And that's what I want to do, especially when I'm doing these things, I have certain people that I know very well. But then there are certain people who are going to fall under my radar. And so for us, it's always like, hey, listen, you have inside knowledge that I don't. You've trained with some of these people. You've competed against some of them. And that's always going to be a far bigger reach and net than I have. So what I would tell you, though, from my side of the world, when you are saying like, I don't want to say that they surprised me or did anything. I consider it more of they showed out today. Like, this was their showcase, because to me, let's say that half of these people are dunkable and half of these people are super good at jiu-jitsu. We see what happens when the really good people get there. And then we have people asking me, they're like, what's the biggest upset you've seen? I'm like, on day 2, literally all of them should be upsets. Like, at this point, so many of those people you might predict to maybe not beat certain people. Like, maybe most people didn't have John Combs losing to Andy Varela, but it's still an impressive thing considering the pedigree that John Combs has. So I just tell people, I'm like, Andy's showing out right now. William Tackett, he's showing out right now. Because to me, I go, they're a black belt for a reason. They're really high level for a reason. They made it to day 2 for a reason. So that's the only thing I would kind of lend to you, because to me, I was like, no, you're 100% on. But I will tell you the one other thing I noticed is that you also have the capacity to also go, oh, I don't know if that's true. Well, let's just double check that in the future. I want to make sure they know. If I find it, you're also the person that will do a correction. Whereas most of us will just go, I don't know if that's true. I'm just going to say it. I'm not looking it up. I don't have an Octavio here helping me, so fuck you guys. I'm not going to say a word and apologize. So you have what we like to call humility as a reporter, and that's not always seen. So I would ask this, though. What has been the match that got you off the couch or that made you kind of jump in the past day or so? Like, what match really, if anything, shook you or really – and it doesn't have to be the ladies. It could be men or women. But what are one of the matches that really, like, made you jump out of your seat?
Oh boy, you're really putting me on the spot now. Honestly, I will say this is going to be super biased because there's too many people that I care about in this competition. Like, Brittany is basically my best friend, so obviously I'm watching her matches like a hawk. And she had a match with Deanna Bennett, which I was also really surprised by that, because Deanna Bennett is, like, in my head, small. She's gone against our other friend, Chrissy, and Chrissy's like a 135er. I know Deanna Bennett has competed in MMA at, I want to say 125 or 135, but definitely something way lighter than even now, since they split up into 3 divisions, the heavy women's division is like 140 something and above. So I was kind of surprised to see Deanna in the highest of the weight classes. But regardless, like, she gave Brittany quite a scrap and had me really nervous, honestly, towards the end. Like, that one ended, Brittany had 3 points, I think, from a pass, and Deanna got 2 on a takedown. And then there was another one that was, like, really close to being a second takedown, but Brittany got up right away and, like, kept scrapping it out until the end, and Brittany took it home to make it to day 2. But that was an exciting one, I'll say that. Like, Deanna Bennett, I'm pretty sure she's with Daishi Goto. They're like a item, and good wrestling. They've got good wrestling over there. Obviously, Daishi's known for, like, his wrestling, I want to say. All of those little, like, the Illuminati grappling club under
Mhm.
Big J, Regal Buto, they're all really working hard on that ADCC rule set, and the wrestling is such a big part of that. So, yeah, I
See,
was
this is
impressed with that one. Like I said, a biased
no,
answer,
no, 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 no,
but
no. Don't ever apologize for repping out your friends. Look at you. We all need a friend like you, a loyal ass friend that's literally just like, oh, I mean, if you, gun to head of my bestie, all good. Like, I would 100% kill for somebody like that. So I think that's hella dope. Talk your shit for your friends. That's what I do.
yeah,
No, I
props to
think that.
Dean Bennett too. It was just like I said, I was impressed. I mean, she's not like Brittany's a big woman, and yeah, Deanna was scrapping it out for the takedowns.
One of my favorite things to tell people as well is that if I have a friend, so let's say somebody's in a category, let's say it's a Keith Krikorian, right? And let's say they beat Keith, right? One of my favorite things to be able to point out is you beat Keith. Like, Keith is obviously near and dear to us on this show, but like, that's how good you were, that you beat somebody at his caliber. That's really important to us. So like, that's my way of usually giving props. So it's never even taken away. It's always just like, man, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm surprised, but damn.
Yeah, honestly, even myself as a competitor, I look at it like that sometimes because I know there's certain people that have maybe beat me and are pretty proud of it, and I feel like they wouldn't be proud of it if they didn't feel like I was an impressive competitor too, right? Like if you thought it was just going to be some easy match and an easy win, then it's not really that big of a deal. It's more of that respect thing. Like, oh, it's a good win because you're so good.
Exactly. And nobody in the moment knows how to handle that. I always tell people I'm good as a host, but when I compete, I am like, all my social awkwardness really comes out. And, all the things that people expect from me, they're like jokes. I'm like, oh, I'm not funny right now. Sorry. They come over, they're like, hey, you're friendly. And I'm like, oh, I'm trying to be in my zone. Sure. Hi. Oh, I love this episode. Can we talk in like an hour? Like, legitimately, there's a part of my ego, I'm sure, that will love hearing what part you loved of any of my shows, but also for like an hour, like just really right here. So so even saying that, yeah, absolutely 100%, it does mean very good things, especially if you're sitting there. I'm sure day of, you're like not convincing yourself there, but then maybe a day or two removed, you're like, oh, that is cool. So being able to process that is super cool. Before I let you go here, do you have any bold predictions on how this is going to play out?
Oh my gosh, bold predictions. Not really. I know who I think is going to win.
Oh, no.
I don't think it will be that much of a surprise.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, however, I could be surprised because, like I said, Jennifer Case is the one that has surprised me the most so far.
Okay.
She took out Erin Harp. I fully expected Amanda to have to go against Erin Harp again, which they went against each other at that Who's Number One championship where Amanda fought Gabby. So, they've got history. Erin actually won that match against Amanda. I'm pretty sure it was by a decision under Who's Number One rules. But still impressive. So, yeah. I mean, now we'll see because Jennifer Case took her out. So now it's Jennifer Case versus Amanda in the semis. And then we've got Elizabeth Mitriovic versus Bridget, which that one also will be really interesting. Bridget's main strategy is definitely getting to the back. And she's really good at that. Same with Amanda. But Mitriovic, like I said, is really a guard player. She's been getting arm bars on most of the people so far that I've seen. Actually, Amanda just surprised me in her last match. I wanted to say this too. Sorry.
It's okay.
Amanda also takes the back, gets the rear naked choke, but her last match, she was going against Hannah Harjo, and they ended up getting a little leg lock battle. And I'm pretty sure it was a straight ankle lock, and even a weird one where Amanda's outside leg was on the outside of her opponent, of Hannah's leg. It was one of those little straight ankles. I don't know. It was really cool. And I was like, oh shit, Amanda's pulling out the leg locks too. So, yeah.
I mean, everybody's got to dig deep for these last rounds. Laura, let's do this. If you have time a little bit later, we'd love to get a call back from you once we see the finals or semis, whatever it is. But I'm going to let you go for right now. I cannot thank you enough for all the astute analysis you give. you are by far one of the leading experts for any analysis or break, men's, women's, whatever it is. You know what you're talking about. You're such a reliable person to always see great coverage for us. So I'm so glad you were able to join us right now.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Of course. I'll talk to you a little bit later. All right.
All right. See ya.
All right. Peace. All right. So in our rotating of guests, we have one in, one out. So we are bringing back on a friend who is joining us right now. Very stoked to have him join us. He, like me, we are the elder statesmen. It's a weird sentence, but it's a real one of jiu-jitsu. Unfortunately, like it or not, here we are, my good friend from a long time, one, Tim Freeman. Tim, how are you doing, sir?
What's going on, Raf? Just enjoying the ADCC, trying to take it all in. It's been pretty magnificent. I would say I'm just watching Flow Grappling, flipping from fight to fight to fight to fight, with my phone on the side, trying to track who's coming up and when. It's freaking awesome, man.
Does it change things for you? Because it does change things for me in terms of the fact that we're going to be somewhere in 3 weeks, and you're looking very intently at the individuals that are going to be participating in 3 weeks at the thing that we're doing. Because, for example, when somebody got injured and I go, oh no, I don't know if they're going to be able to do PGF season 6.
Yeah, that's what I thought when John Combs threw up. It was like, oh no, what's going to happen? He's been poisoned by Andy Varela. Varela's really taking this seriously, man. He's not playing, dude. Yeah, no, definitely when I'm picking guys to watch, because, you know, the problem is there's so many great matches on at the same time. And I'm trying to prioritize, like, do I want to watch my friend? Do I want to watch this guy that beat me up 7 years ago? Do I want to watch a guy that's in PGF season 6? So I've been trying to prioritize the season 6 guys over the rest of the dudes on there, but it's been a little tricky, man. So I'm kind of just flipping back and forth as much as I can. I wish they had just a multi-mat view where you could see a bunch of matches going on at the same time.
Hold on, I gotta brag on my shit in case you haven't seen it. I feel like, dude, this is how you know I've gotten to like my middle-agedness, is that like my thing is always being like, oh, check out my setup, everybody. So this is what we got going on. The app, if you watch it on TV, you cannot do a multi-stream. So you have to do it from your computer and HDMI it. But the fact that Flow Grappling's like, it sounds too hard. I can't.
Dude.
It's been, it's tough because there's no way to watch all 8 happening at once. And that was my hope when they got the ADCC on Fight Pass. I thought we were going to have that multi-streamer. And in fact, it was the opposite. They're like, wait, you need how many streams?
Yeah, you'll get one. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We can't do that. We got Snoop Dogg and Uriah Faber on one. That's one, right? You guys can do that. Who has surprised you the most throughout this weekend's competition, sir?
I mean, I'll tell you someone who surprised me, but he got bumped out by J-Rod, and that is a dude named Mike DeWitt, who comes from 10th Planet up in Oregon, and just was like tapping dudes out on the way to day 2. I was pretty surprised to see how well he did. Everyone was rooting for him. And then he came up against J-Rod. And J-Rod just kind of like the first few minutes during the submission part of the match was just kind of chilling and playing. And then soon as it was points, it was game on. And the match ended very rapidly after that. But I was actually surprised watching him just because he's a friend of mine who like went out there and did it. You know, he's not 25. He's not even 35. You know, he's older than that. And he went out there and did a cool job. So that was pretty fun to watch. I have not been following the 2 brothers here, I guess, that are going to be fighting each other at 66 kilos coming up in the semis. Is this the first time we've had brothers fight each other in ADCC? Do you know?
I think it has to be it has to have done it previously. You know what it is if you're the Rotolo brothers and you didn't have this accomplishment, how mad are you at home right now? Where you're like, shit, that should have been us. God damn it.
Yeah. Are the Tackett boys kicking themselves right now? Or maybe they're not, because they're both in semis and separate divisions, right?
I think the Tackett family is very happy right now. I feel like we mentioned this a little bit earlier, but William, when he won and we did the post interview after he won, he goes, honestly, I thought Andrew was going to do it. And that was 2 years ago. And if you've been watching Andrew's trajectory, he's looked really good in this format.
Yeah.
So it's him versus Varela, though, next, right?
That's a hell of a fight right there. Because Varela's, I've seen him slap a guy already, slapped him twice, slapped him on the ground, slapped him on the feet. He picked him up and slammed him afterwards. And then to add insult to injury, I think it was Vaughn. He put his hand up like to give him like, okay, we're cool because the match expired. And Varela just Hollywooded him, man. He walked right past his ass.
I mean, let me put it to you this way. I'm looking at this, and I don't want to question our commissioner. But there's a part of me that felt like we should have had a Willy Wonka golden ticket that we hand out. Like, to look at this and not see that we have one spot left. Now, granted, there may be some injuries because Kieran, I don't know how his knee's going to be. We got word that he looked pretty messed up afterwards. So it looks like Kechuk may actually be out. But if that's the case, and you're watching this, I think one thing I want to put in your head to think about, you don't have to give it to me now, but I think come Wednesday when we get back together, the band, I think we really have to figure out if there is a Willy Wonka ticket, who are we extending that invite to?
Yeah, I think you're right. And potentially it might be more than one person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, depending on the outcome, we saw a guy, I saw Boogie got hurt getting the submission. And
okay, can we talk about that real quick? Because we got, I can't tell whenever I'm on here, there's not real news organizations that give you information.
Yeah,
we have essentially the lordship, the mothership, the Death Star releases press statements that are like, Andy Varela did good today. So when I look for information and I can't confirm or deny it, I am basically relegated to what people put in my comment section, which is a smorgasbord of, huh? And earlier today, I had somebody say, and I need you to verify this as true or false to me.
Okay.
Because we had mentioned that Boogie went out. And they said, yes. Boogie's out. And I had read that he said it was an injury from essentially getting that super aggressive rubber guard kind of choke with that leg. And then somebody said it was that he got bit and that there was a YouTube video that showed that he was at the doctor's after getting bit from that move. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Huh? So if that's the case, one, do you believe this story? And two, if it is true or is not true, is it up to us to come up with even more false shit to put in our shows? Because I go, man, if they did that, I felt like that was an up the ante moment to us. Like, we just said that he got rabies essentially. So beat that inside BJJ and Verbal Tap.
Yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny if Boogie has rabies. I haven't seen a negative rabies test. So I can't say that 100%. There is a possibility that could have happened. There's a big uptick in biting in combat sports lately. It's really it's replacing the low calf kick as the kind of preferred go-to new move. And it's possible that we saw this happen. I would think though, if I was Boogie and someone bit me, that we would start throwing hands in the match. Yeah, I don't think I would let that pass without at least getting a slap off. You got to at least get one pop off, man. A good slap. Then you go to the doc, get some Bactine put on that, come back and get some seconds, man.
This is Tim. This is how you come from the old school times of like Northern California jiu-jitsu. You got to get a receipt, kid. You can't just stick that. You got to go get one for yourself. I got a note here that asks for John Combs' insight, and I'll say this. John Combs is a friend. I hate seeing him throw up like that. It's a testament to how much pressure Andy puts on in a live situation. I had a friend who I work with. He was newer, and he had a match with Varela. And I just told him, I go, how they say never call jiu-jitsu matches fights? You're in a fight. And he goes, yeah? And I go, yeah. act accordingly. It's an actual fight.
Yeah, look at Varela's matches. Like, so he's made a guy throw up. He popped a dude around, slammed him around. He posted up on one dude and showed his muscles. He's been making faces for a guy that was super Michael Jordan ready. Man, he's showing out for the cameras now.
For
You know,
real.
like le- couldn't be found before that. He was on the side of a milk carton inside BJJ. Have you seen Andy Varela? He's been ghosting. Now he's like looking for the cameras on the match. Yeah, I think he's feeling himself. I think it's going to be a really fun match to watch him and Andrew Tackett in the
Yeah.
semis. And you know who else is in there? Max Hansen's in there, and he's fighting
Mm-hmm.
Taza. So there's a big chance that there's a 50% chance now that one of those guys from PGF season 6 ends up winning trials at their division. That's pretty good, man. Like Brandon's, there are, the golden ticket. That would be awesome. I think it's a great idea. However, on top of that, they've done a really good job of selecting talent for
Yeah.
the event. It's pretty noticeable, and you're seeing it right now.
I think the reason why I thought of a golden ticket is because just the thought of Brandon McCatherine being the one to be like, y'all, I thought about this for a little bit, and
Yeah.
I got a sneaky little idea. I just decided in someone's gym bag, I put 5 tickets to be in this year's PGF. Did you get one? We're going to go see right now if people liked it. And it's just a video of him being like, did you get that golden ticket? People are like, no. And he's like, that sucks. All right, let's go on over. Because I think he's the only person nice enough and also somewhat degenerate enough to just barely pull off that little bit of an edge.
Yeah, he would get a pass on messing with you because you didn't get the ticket. You would give him a little pass on that. You'd be
He'd
like,
be like,
okay,
oh, God damn
all
it, he's
right.
so adorable. Oh, look at him. I just want
Yeah,
to hug him.
yeah.
Oh, I hate this commissioner.
I'm telling you, again, another vote for the plushie.
The plushie is going to be a huge seller. We're going to close out here in a second, but I do want to bring up these last couple things.
Yeah.
First, I was mentioning this to people earlier in that, yes, there's been a lot of crazy shit happen, but you mentioned Andy Varela getting those poses. The one that sticks out to me is there was like a Frank Miller painting from like Frank Miller who made like The Dark Knight, like all those things.
Graphic
when
novels.
John Combs
Yeah.
was like looking down like this and had like his arms down like this, and Varela's in the background like this, I go, I don't think I've ever seen a better like Batman Bane, Batman Joker painting in all of my years of doing jiu-jitsu than that one right there. I want to go back to see if I could get that still shot. I think instead of putting my mug for the thumbnail of this video, I think I'm like redoing that photo.
Yeah, it was like the graphic novel A Death in the Family with Batman and Robin. When Robin died, he's standing there holding him, and it's like just
100%, like,
sackcloth and ashes. I get it, man.
it struck out to me so hard, and then I immediately was like, damn, dude, Combs is such a homie. I have to really think if I'm going to put that one up. Like, I try not to be super subjective about any of this, but I was just like, but again, what an intense day from Varela. I'm going to ask you this before we sign you out, sir. What predictions do you have going into the semis and the finals for today?
Well, okay, so I could talk about Krikorian. I've watched some of his matches. He's a perennial. I think he has a real good shot. He has the experience and he has a shot to really win at 66. I'm pulling for him. I hope he does it. Man, 77 is a toss-up. I think whoever wins between Tackett and Varela is probably going to win that division. That's where I'm thinking. 88, I think it's J-Rod's year. I think he's going to take it. Kyle Bame's been looking very, very good. He's had a couple tough matches, but he's had some real, like, I wouldn't say dunks, but he's had some pretty good, like, hey, this worked out pretty good in my favor. So I think he's got a big chance. I have not watched 99 plus at all, dude. Flipping through the flow, I haven't even picked up on those dudes. Oh, one guy I did pick up with, though, sorry, is Nick Pica. He's actually from Stockton, that area. I've seen this dude for a long time. He is way more big. He's way bigger than what he was. He was always good size, but he wasn't 99 plus. He's killing it right now. He's actually surprised me quite a bit too, and he's made it down to the semi. So I think he has a real good, solid chance of winning.
I like that in my head, there is this visual of you having some kind of alarm that goes off for a Stockton person. Like you being like, wait,
Yeah, I do.
This the Stockton alarm. Oh shit. Oh, you know what? Most people on their Flow account, you can get notifications for a person. You put in 209 into yours, and that's what's been giving you
Listen,
alerts.
man. We got to stick together. When the 209 call out goes out, we all assemble like a gangster Voltron, dude. We're ready to go, man.
Amazing. So let's give you some time to go ahead and get on out of here. Sir, I don't think we're going to see you later on today, but I do believe you and I will be rendezvousing with Jake Watson again on Wednesday. So we have 3 more shows leading up to the big dance, but we're going to have a huge debrief this week going through the results and trying to make sense as to what's going on. So everybody can catch that. It'll be Wednesday, approximately 1 p.m.-ish our time here in Pacific Coast time. But it's been a pleasure to be able to do some of these shows with you, man. It has been so much fun to catch up and see an old friend. And I have to say, it is kind of nice because today Kevin stopped in. It was great to talk with him. It's good to see you. It's like a lot of us old gunslingers are still out here and now seeing this sport slowly start to build up.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, man. Thanks. It's a blast to be on. I can't wait to see you guys on Wednesday.
Sounds good, brother. Please enjoy the rest of your day, my man.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. Talk
Thank
to you
you.
later. Tim
All right.
Freeman.
Bye, guys. Take it easy.
All right. Woo. We've been catching up with friends left and right. So things are all good. And I believe we have one more call in, and I think we should be at the semis in the next 5 minutes. So just so that our producer Octavia knows, we are doing, I think, semis all the way through semis. And then I think we're probably going to take a break. That'll be our intermission. Because they take a break as well. So I think all of us take a break. No. We'll come back for finals. We're just going to, that's going to be our intermission, I think, at that point. So your task, you need to start thinking what we're getting for lunch. You need to start thinking about lunch, sir. Because I think the burrito kept me pretty good for now. But the problem is once we start, I don't have brain capacity to do both. Yeah. So I want to tell you something I wanted to do, but we didn't get to talk this out. And I figure there's no better way to do it than while we're on air. Sure. What I would love in the future is when we do have these intermissions is that we could get photos that you could insert that I can talk about people, like screenshots of it. Because I thought about it today and I was like, ooh, you know what I can do? I can get a screenshot if I go here and I do this. And I started trying to do all this. And it literally, when I was doing it by myself, looked like an idiot because I go,
Screenshots of what?
action. Or, yeah. Or like just a still of people so that I could write, like as we talk about them, we can put them up on the actual screen. So kind of like a third. I'll show you in a second, but we do have Anthony calling in here. So we have another individual who is actually reporting live from the actual ADCC. He tried calling in a little bit before. He killed the entire system. Don't worry. It's not like we blame him, but we're going to hopefully see him and he is not going to kill things. Anthony Horta, what is happening right now, sir?
Raph, hello. Sorry for the technical difficulties, although I can't really take responsibility because I don't know what type of operation you got going on over there.
Hey, listen, no, don't tell me that. This is a Russian front. What are you talking about? I don't know what operation you have going on here, bro. It's a jiu-jitsu talking pod. I have no idea. Tell me, what has been happening over there? You have seen stuff that we have not seen. So what is happening live, sir?
All right, so right now we are all waiting very anxiously. People are piling in. The semifinalists are all meeting at the warm-up mat. Probably be here another 10, 15 minutes before things get going. But, Raph, holy shit. It feels like we just saw the red wedding level massacre that we always wait for at trials. Like, it seems to me like day one is the price we pay. You know, when it's taken a long time, when it's like 2, 3, 4 p.m. and you just kind of want it to be over and just waiting for it to end. The payoff that we get is the chaos of round of 16, round of 8. I mean, where to start? Andy Varela, dude. Did you catch the Combs match?
Okay, I need your interpretation because I was just talking with our good friend Tim Freeman on another call a second ago. And the way I described it was, it's the first time in jiu-jitsu I've seen somebody look like a still frame from a comic book, because I saw John Combs like this with his arms down like Batman in a murder, and then I saw in the background like Varela like the Joker or Bane like posing in the background. I go, oh my god, what a moment there. So what was it like live?
Well, first it was confusion because like they were going on, already been having a chaotic match. I mean that match was a complete dogfight. You know what I mean? And Andy Varela was getting the better of the exchanges, but they were going and going and going. And if I recall correctly, there were no points on the board at the time of stoppage. But out of nowhere, when my mind or my eyes drifted away, I heard a big woo, and the crowd just completely stunned. And I just see the picture you're describing. And what I see is John kneeling on the floor, and a person next to me is like, he's projectile vomiting. He's vomiting. He's vomiting. And all I have to say is that's the new level black shirt, by the way. That last trials.
Oh, no, don't put that on idea there. John Combs is a friend. I don't want to see that T-shirt, bro.
Also, by the way, John Combs took it in stride.
Good.
Like I saw him right afterwards. He was looking disappointed, as you'd imagine. But you know, another 10 minutes after, outside the pavilion, he was saying to people, "Laugh at me, it's okay, I can take it." So he's got a really good mindset about it. But it doesn't change the fact that it adds to the mythology of Andy Varela. And maybe even mythology is the wrong word, because this is what we're seeing live. It's insane. I mean, Andy Varela is like on a tear. But with that said, Andrew Tackett is awaiting. And I don't know. Immovable object, unstoppable force.
Yeah, I mean, listen, dude, that's a really good match. And I mean, Andrew is a game partner with cardio for days. You know, it's a very heavy proposition there. You know, we've had people look at us all day long and put in predictions and whatnot. I think at this point we just need to let the show ride. But I do want to get other ideas. At one point you told us about Kieran Kachuk. What can you tell us about that? You said that there was some injuries that looked really, really rough there. Now, I'm one of the co-hosts for the PGF season 6, and I saw that and I got very concerned.
Yeah, so he was having a tight match with Victor De Libero, and they ended up in 50-50. And, I mean, on paper, you imagine that Kieran Kachuk has advantages everywhere in terms of, like, leg entanglements, right? But they get to 50-50, and Victor hits an outside heel hook on the secondary leg. I heard Wagner describe it to someone. He's like, yeah, we drill that all the time. Think of it like the Nicky Rod footlock, except it's an outside heel hook on the leg, on the secondary leg. And just gripped it, ripped it. And yeah, Kieran's ankle was hurt very badly. He's been limping. He's still limping now. But for the record, Kieran Kachuk is the champion of my heart. I love that man. Also probably needs to move. But yeah,
are they telling you to get on out there now?
No, no. I'm good. I'm right here, Matt's side, but okay. I'm just gonna sit here and act like I belong here because screw it.
You do belong here. You're media.
I do belong
just
here.
Don't tell them which publication you work for.
Right, you might be banned along with some other.
You know what? It was very funny because when you mentioned that yesterday, you were like, "Yo, we have some information." I was like, "Yo, they got banned." I was like, welcome to the club. It's a good club, honestly. I always enjoy new members of this little band. And I go, and I'm like, the one thing I don't think they figured is, and you can tell me, I thought I saw him shoot a little bit later, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they must have worked something out.
They're you know, the dude that does content for them, that we both know him, he's not here. But so long as he's not here and they can recognize him by face, they just have someone else filling in the shooting privileges. But yeah, so in any case, I know some people might not know what we're talking about, but yeah, at the end of the day, the Grappling Hour is not the only renegade content creator here at Flow, and we're going to keep it up.
It's insane to me to see that stuff happening, but I laughed very hard when they were like, oh, they're banned. And I was like, yo, I thought I was the only one banned. Shit. That was kind of like a cool calling card to have. What I should say, though, while you are in that moment, is I go, the one thing you shouldn't do is ban anybody close to Craig Jones. I feel like that just sets him up for more jokes. And like, if there's anybody who you're going to get roasted by in this sport that has heft to it, it's going to be Craig.
For sure. And Craig is not only the supreme roaster, he has all this positive karma on his side. I mean, he's now the poster child for the Russo-Ukrainian conflict.
I was about to
which
say.
is also, was that on your bingo card for this year, dude?
Zero predictions on that side. It is making me laugh very hard. So I'm hearing in the background they are getting ready to go ahead and start the semis now. So it sounds like you are going to be preoccupied here, sir. But I would love to hear back from you after the semis. We can touch base. But for right now, I'm going to let you get back to work. You have been doing excellent reporting for us. Please keep us informed and keep shooting me texts on anything that you see there live. It has been an invaluable help to us here at the show.
All right. Speak soon, Rob.
Much love, brother. Talk to you soon. Anthony Hort joining us for more coverage. Woo! We have gotten some information. So it does look like Kieran Kichuk, Octavio, just to let you know, he was having some trouble walking. They told me that John Combs was in stride afterwards. Seemed like he was taking the loss pretty okay. Like he was telling people, y'all can make fun of me. I get it.
That's the smartest thing you can do. John.
There's no other way out of it.
If you go the opposite way and you get offended by it, I mean, the video's already out there.
It's just, it's, woo.
That's the smartest thing you can do is lean into it. Make a shirt, make merch, John. If you're listening, make a shirt, like an animated version of yourself throwing up and sell it on our website.
Yeah. Well, yes. But the one thing that did happen was on there, Anthony Horta was the one suggesting that LXB should put that on a shirt. And I was like, don't do that to my boy, John Combs.
John has to be the one that does the shirt. No
John,
one else can do it.
John has to be the one.
He has exclusive rights to the shirt.
Oh, let's get a little more comfortable here. So I see a few notes that happen in the comment section. I'll go ahead and address these in the order I see them. So yes, it does sound like they're getting ready to do semis very quickly. So as a program note, in case you're just joining us right now, we are going to do semis first. And then we will probably take a short intermission after the semifinals before we come back for finals coverage. And at that point, we should be going all the way through. So that should be good.
Is there any local photographers that you know that are there covering the events that you like that I should look at, get photos of that and send them to you?
Whichever.
Who?
Well, hold on. When you're putting me on the spot like that, I'm like, wait, we like such and such people.
Exactly.
Oh, God damn it.
This is your chance to shout them out.
Yeah, it's a great call. Well, here's the reason why it's a very funny. Oh, hilarious. Shit. Are they on? These motherfuckers might actually be on.
On what?
God damn it. Yeah, they're on.
Oh, it is 236.
Fuck, it's two bats. These fucking bitches. Ugh.
You're mid-interviews, man. Mid-topic.
Not even that, dude. They literally just started right now. So the information we got was Kyle Boehm and Adam Bradley. So they're going on two different mats. I could probably have them go here, but let's get that thing back up on the ski mat. These motherfuckers. And then mat 2. So the information that we just got made available to us. Oh, thank you. Was that right after he gets his win right here? Apparently, let me see if I quote this accurately. Michael Perez yelling, "Where's my fucking invite?" after his quick win.
Well, call in. Call in, motherfucker.
No, not to us, to ADCC. Which, by the way, I'm dying. Oh my God. If you're just joining us, my name is Rafa Sparza. I host a show called The Grappling Hour. We appreciate you for being here. Some wild shit has been going on here at ADCC Trials. We are broadcasting live from Milton Arguello's Mixed Martial Arts Academy. We are getting close. We're in the middle of the semifinals, so I think we do semis. And do they do semis in third place?
Yeah.
Is So it's semis in third place, and then we go to intermission. Got it. Okay. So essentially, we're going to be here. Ooh, nice takedown. He might have to watch his leg, but instead, no finish takedown. We are not at points for Pika and Petzulo. Or Peduzzo? Pizzuto. So it's like a Pizzuki, but a Pizzuto?
Yeah, don't overthink it.
All right, don't over. Just say the words. Say the words, monkey. That's what we have to do. This is good some post like. If you're just joining us, please give us a like, comment, and share. You can always follow us on all the major things. And it says, are you on YouTube? I want to watch the whole screen. Ninja Nikki Vegan Wellness. Yes, I am on YouTube. You can catch us on there. My apologies. Normally, if you see the whole broadcast, you can see my beautiful face in 1440. Yeah, I know. It's pretty heavy. So we're in the semifinals here. Just to give you the information, that means if Perez moved on, we should probably give you the information as to who he beat. And if I am remembering correctly, I don't like that because it might have been a friend of the show. Yes, it did. It was Brandon Reed. He beat Brandon Reed, who I was kind of hoping would have a good show out. And guess what? We are in the middle of going out into the crowd again. Now I have to bring this over because I just popped up magically. It was a giant screen. Let's make me a normal size on my previous screens on these two mats. Looks like Kyle Bame is just chilling there. I think he's waiting for Adam Bradley, or was there a finish in that match? Let's try to learn this one together. But Kyle Bame is on the mats. It's the semifinals. Yeah, maybe they haven't started just yet, so we'll keep eyes on that one. I did want to get to the corrections, though. Negative 250 Sans shirt. That's a really good bet for one Paul Ardea if he does show back up a little bit later. And it sounds like, how's the John Hansen match looking? Not great. I don't believe he ended up advancing, actually. So, unfortunate for him. And it said, I thought Tackett and Varela both went home early. Tackett did not, but I'm glad you went to go look this up. It was Jansen Gomez who took out Varela. That is correct. He said Hasim Raida had messed up his arm the week prior. Yeah, that makes more sense. A lot of who's next is a fever dream because it just happened so fast. So I must have misremembered that, but thank you for correcting the public record. And it says power break. And then Derek, yours showed up. You asked, did I get roasted after your matches? I think we were kind of respectful to you. Maybe we just said not surprised, and we were not surprised. So, but no, you did great, man. You had a very good run. Very respectable. Very happy to see you do your thing, brother. Oh. Wait. So what is happening? Why are we getting two? The Mat 2 camera is now starting to zoom in on the one match.
Is nothing else happening?
Yeah.
Don't they have plenty of other matches to be going to?
Well, there should just be the...
No, they got nothing else to do.
Octavio, literally, if you were running this tournament would be done in 5 hours.
Oh, yeah. I've been running tight shit like, we're wasting time.
Some guy's walking up to you and is like, please, sir, can I get 5 minutes?
Do you want to be a champion? Do you want to be a somebody? You better get your ass out there then.
So let's come back to some of these other notes. Thank you guys for them. We appreciate you guys tuning in. And again, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. All right. If you have any comments for me, you can also throw them in the comment section. We will be addressing them as I see them thrown up. Because, yes. See, I didn't even see that one. That didn't even pop up. So, apologies. Ninja, Nikki, Vegan Wellness. That's such an intense name. There are no hyphens or spaces in there. I mean, it is. It's an old broadcasting trick. You're supposed to just read exactly what it is. And it says 3 mat cameras on the match. So they have 3 cameras on it. Is it the Flow Zone 1 too?
Now they have Flow Zone?
Yeah, they do have Flow Zone now. So that means it's likely Jake Watson and Brandon McCatherine, I think. Oh, no, eye poke. No, I think he's all right.
With B-Mac on the mic, you're good.
Yeah, B-Mac, you're fine. And Watson's all right. I mean, Watson's a friend. But Watson will be joining us for the PGF Season 6, He will be part of the pre-show shenanigans with myself and Tim Freeman that you saw a little bit earlier on the show. Hilariously, though, yesterday Jake Watson was like, ooh, maybe I'll call in and say hello. And I was like, you are welcome to call in, sir. And he did not. So that guy. Whenever I'm around Watson, he's such a Christian boy. I don't like doing blue material. So it's like every once in a while, I'm like, oh, am I cursing around you? Yeah. I shouldn't fucking do that. And then I curse again. So let's see. Comments, thoughts, feelings. Tell me in the comment section how you guys are thinking or feeling at the moment. But it has been a long, long day, and we are inching our way towards the semifinal results. I would like to know, you know what? That's why I'm going to send a note out. What happened with Bradley and Kyle? Maybe we can get some results. But he was on the mat. So this one camera here. Ooh. Woo. Yep. He gets the tap. Well done. Oh, man. Congratulations to Pizzuto. I got a note here that said both sitting mat side. Really unclear why.
Couldn't possibly be the organization.
Who gives a shit at this point?
It has to be their fault.
We need to get 3 cameras on this one match instead of having 2 matches go at once.
They don't have any mat.
They've run out of mat space.
There's nowhere they can do it.
Well, congratulations to Pizzuto for making his way to the finals, punching his ticket. We remain to see Adam Bradley going sans rash guard now. Think he knows he's got a really tough opponent in Kyle Bame, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one takes place. Basically, they're letting 2 semifinals run at the same time, but only in specific pairs. So it means they both have to be the same weight category, I think.
Oh.
Diasha Goto and Michael Pixley. Pixley's been looking really good. So he's him versus Bame or Bradley is very tough. I like whatever my correspondents think I'm yelling at them, but I was like, that's a dumb thing. And he's like, oh, and I go, it's not your fault. You didn't do it. And he just goes, well, maybe. All right, Bradley. Let's see you win this so I can interview you.
Is that Matt Secor?
Matt Secor, that's actually, no, Diasha Goto, Michael Pixley. So Pixley's been that dude who's been on a tear. And for Gabe, just so you know, Diasha Goto is back up. So also convoluted is how he called it. Ooh, Pixley. Look good. That was a nice little shuck that he did right there. Commentary for Goto. Please making my way over now. Yes, I got you, man. So he's starting. Goto's on the bottom. He's in the guard position. We are still at no points. 5:36 on my clock. So I got you, Gabe. I'm going to do as much as I can here. So apparently the rule is they want to do the same weight class. If one finishes, they hold until they then finish that other mat to then go to the next weight class. It is time consuming and I thought for a split second Adam Bradley's time was going to come to an end right there. But Bame does not finish the heel hook, will start playing from top. It just occurred to me it's my weight class. So funny. All right. Diasha Goto goes to a little bit of a pulled guard here. Gets kicked for it by Pixley, by the way. And I think this will mark the longest match that Michael Pixley has had this far in. All right, Bradley working from guard in the other match. Kyle Bame slowly advancing position. I mean, Bame has such explosiveness. I don't love how quickly he can make so many of these leg attacks happen. Bradley trying to clear the legs, let him take it so that he could come up off of it. Meanwhile, Diasha Goto and Pixley both back up on their feet now. Going to be looking out for comments from you guys as we're doing this, but just keep in mind, The action is going to get much, much faster as we go along because of these two different sets that are really trying to punch their ticket to the finals. Yes. Okay, good. We're still on the same page on all of this. All right. Similar but different. Bradley slowly trying to work. They're not at points yet on either of these matches. So, little game of mercy with Bame underneath. Bradley up top. He starts to look for a leg. Bradley backs up ever so slowly. How far are we behind?
Based on that, Kyle Bateman and Adam Bradley, they're already at 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's been like 40 seconds behind. Yeah.
So they're already in points.
But notice they're in points, but yet they're in 50-50. So that's what's happening on this side. Meanwhile, on the Goto and Pixley, I think we're about a minute behind. Good Lord. What's up, Korean Zombie? What's up, Rugjitsu? Appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I mean, if you're Goto and you don't feel like you can beat him on the feet, you probably want to stay in this pulled guard. Bradley tried to use some trickery to get to the back. Probably not going to get it just yet, but instead may get a pass off of it. Bame frames on him. He's going to go ahead and start using it. Tries to shuck him over. Doesn't quite get it. Bame tried to sneak a grip underneath the leg. Both of these gentlemen are now at points. So everybody is at points in the negative 99 kg division. Pixley working on a pass. Doesn't quite get it, so relents and comes back up to try again. Meanwhile, Kyle Bame. Ooh. Bradley thought for a split second on trying to take Kyle Bame's leg. Bame has a grip on the opposite leg. Bradley, he's trying for it. It's a very dangerous position he has. He has a heel hook he's attempting for here. Bame is slightly behind. This could be big. This could be a huge moment. It's going to be tricky to finish off of here, especially off of somebody as good as Kyle Bame, who gets out of it and returns back. It's 1:30 left to go in their match. Goto, Pixley, little game of mercy on their side as well. On that way. Wow. Ooh. I think there might have been an eye poke for Kevin Bradley. So they're taking a short little hold on their side. Oh, no. I swear that Bradley has had an eye injury before, so I hope he is okay. Or at least I've seen part of his head get Frankensteined. 107 on the Goto and Pixley, still scoreless. It looks like they're about to go to overtime, so heads up on that. They just handed a tissue over to Bradley. Ah, shit. That's not great. The doctor's coming over to look over, and this is where things get weird. The doctor put up 2 fingers as if to say, if you could see these, you're not blind. So Bradley's taking, I think, his 5, kind of realizing his fate, and he's right back to it. And now Kyle Bame has decided to go no rash guard as well. So I think that is indicative of both these guys at this point, recognizing let's pull out all the stops. So they have 27 seconds left in their match. At least on the scoreboard, we're still about 30, 40 seconds behind on our viewing right now. And Goto and Pixley are now in overtime according to the scoreboard. So that means it's going to be takedown only, really, is what we're looking for here. Any kind of points before we go to a ref's decision, which, by the way, it should be noted, the ref's decision now includes Mo on the judges panel. Yep. He said for the first time in 9 years, he will be on the judges panel for that.
How qualified is Mo to be a judge?
I mean, he's judged before.
How qualified is he?
I wouldn't question that as much as I would say this. It is odd when you have a promoter on the judging panel. Because you're essentially saying, like, oh, I just choose you.
I think this guy looks better.
Ooh, I like how he looks.
Real Vince McMahon
Exactly. Though without the sexual assault. Question mark. Allegedly. Thank you. Legally protected now. All right. Let's see here. 221, Bame and Bradley. 142, Goto and Pixley. And we're looking at this point for... Oh, no! Goto and Pixley down! The stream is experiencing technical... Why did we not create over and under on how many times the flow stream would drop? That's 100% the game we should have created. Take a drink every time the flow stream goes down. Good Lord. Let me go check and see what you guys are saying. What's up? Benecom, 80s Beatty. What's up, Jiu-Jitsu Moms? Or Jiu-Jitsu Meme, sorry. Jiu-Jitsu Mom was here earlier. Oof, toe to the eye. So that's what happened there. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, I was wondering exactly what the stoppage was in that particular scenario. You know, I'm pretty happy that we are seeing our friends, at least on one camera. The other camera, not so much. Bradley in overtime, trying to take the leg here. You know, I think the interesting thing that Bame is trying to do is maybe he figures he won't even get the submission here, but if it looks like he is more of the aggressor on this particular face, I think he's looking for that judge's decision, that referee's decision, that Mo decision. And I believe Bame has actually won in the past. I believe he's won a trials in years past before. So there is that. Goto actually has 2 negative calls on him. So while no points are awarded to either of those gentlemen, those 2 negative points are going to likely cost Yashi Goto his ability to advance to the finals. So wish I could tell you why, but the stream's out. It's not our fault. Flow doesn't have their shit together. So right now, oh, yep, we're moving on to the next one. Elizabeth Mitrovic versus Bridget Mick, which, by the way, is not like a complete name. It's just Bridget, MC. Sounds like she's a DJ that does wedding parties. All right, Adam Bradley is going to score 2 points right now. And that's going to give him the advantage. Adam Bradley looks like he is advancing to the finals right now. Congratulations are in order to him. Wow, that's really, really big. I wouldn't call that an upset. Adam Bradley has been quietly assembling steam for years in the jiu-jitsu community. It is great to see him in the finals. We will see very shortly him, I guess, going up against not Yashi Goto. So give me a second here to give me that information so that I can double check my work.
We got so this, MC and Mitrovic. Basically a match between one person that won all her matches by points.
Yep.
One won all her matches by submission.
One by points, one by submission. Very good observation. Thank you for that. And yes, Bame just realized that, yes, Bradley had points and is trying to contest it. That's not going to work here because the referee did not give the awarded points. That actually comes from the judging panel. So that really doesn't matter if you're talking to the referee or not. You need to talk to the judging panel on that one. So Adam Bradley, he moves on. He will be taking on Michael Pixley, and that is a good match. And I'm looking forward to interviewing either of those individuals who win that one. So props to both those guys. Yep, he is still talking to the referee, and the referee is still, cannot stress this enough, the person who is going to be awarding the points. They do come from the actual judging set there. So the people who are sitting at the table tend to be your judges. And I believe they usually have panels of 3. I don't know how it goes up until the semis, but awarding them those 2 points, that's what happens when you have a close match. And even if he didn't get awarded the 2 points, you get the sense on how the judge's decision would have gone by getting close enough to getting the points, which is going to be more than just an aggressive attack. So really not much to debate or argue there. We're going on the right side. You will see that it is Mitrovic and Bridget Mick. And then on the left side, it should be Amanda Levy, and Jennifer Case. Amanda Levy's been monstrous throughout hers. man, she could do it again. She is very good at jiu-jitsu. And hold on. I think Jennifer Case just went to run off the mats for a second. But she did this. Like, hold on, I got to go. So I'm not quite sure what that was about.
Maybe like a mouth.
Maybe. That could be it. You know, they're just standing so still on the right-hand side semifinal that, nope, now it's buff.
That's why.
I was like, it looks like it's a buffered in the process because they're already at 5:32 and the stream is down again.
You only have 2 cameras and you lose 1.
Like, you have other cameras at this point at your disposal.
Yeah, absolutely. Every other camera should already be focused on these 2
We
cameras.
know you have at least 6 other cameras.
Realistically speaking, since they have all these extra cameras, they should be giving you every possible angle.
You should have 3 cameras on each. You consolidate. Yeah, you consolidate your 8 cameras to 3 cameras and then 2 emergencies on the side. You could have safety up, safety to the sides. Oh
Who
my
wants
God.
to see the proper angle?
Who wants to see?
Let's just guess what's happening.
You peasants, why would you want any kind of good angle on this? Pixley is a Darce machine. Thank you for that. How did Bradley get the points? Didn't see. Where did those points come from? So I would agree with you guys that it's very potential that the points may not have come from somewhere. But I do think that at a certain point, I almost wonder, points or no, the team just tipped off how they were going to award the judge's decision. At this point, you're just arguing over why did he get points versus a decision that he probably shouldn't have earned, in your opinion, if that's the case. But if that's what it was going to be, I don't know that the outcome would have been all that different. So there is that. All right, going back to your comments and your thoughts. Thanks, you guys. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. We see a lot more of you starting to show up on Twitter. Still don't get it. It is so funny to me that you guys are watching on Twitter. Ooh, nice takedown here by Amanda Levy, who's already zeroing in on the choke, and she's got the back. This is one of her signature positions. Like, I don't know how long Jennifer Case is going to be able to hold out here. That is not where you want to be with Amanda Levy, who has MMA experience, has previously competed at ADCCs before. And yes, this would be another notch in her belt to make it to another final. But she has the experience in this particular case. She's trying to address this arm, sneak her arm on the other side through. But if she flattens her out here, that's a very tough place to be. And speaking of it, I do see an armbar over on the second semifinal. I think... Oh, she's sneaking just shortly out of it. Wow, she does survive at least the first onslaught on that armbar, but that is a dicey place to be. And Amanda Levy making up for maybe just being a slight bit off with lots of crank pressure. Both hooks are in. She securely has the back, now is fighting the arms to see if she can get the rear naked choke on in. So that is happening on the left-hand side. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, the buffered stream is letting us know there is a guard pull from here, working from inside of it, trying to off balance or push back. Nothing doing. There might be a wrestle up here coming up in just a second. Nope, just kidding. Instead, there's a continued passing of guard. Going back on over to the left-hand side, Amanda Levy secure in the position, now has a body triangle. We are just a few seconds away from points. She might not even need the points. I think she is zoning in on this rear naked choke, and it might just be short on time for her. And I believe that is the case because already on the scoreboard, congratulations, by the way, to Amanda Levy. We do see Morgan Black and Leonie Bernales on the sidelines getting ready to go. So that is coming up right now. Amanda Levy. Yeah, she is so good. Damn.
Just like you said, she was thinking of not even doing it.
The fact that she had said she wasn't sure at the time. Like, think of it as a competitor at her level who is told she can't do MMA anymore, to then think about the idea of, well, I just did it to see if I could do it. Okay, well, you're not going to ADCC. To go to ADCC, you have to win this one. Are you going to do ADCC? It must be a foregone conclusion. Not necessarily.
Well, the nice thing is, like, with jiu-jitsu, you can still compete at that super high level of competition and save your brain.
Yep.
So,
I mean,
this might be the best outlet for her now.
As I was telling her, I was like, so your doctor said jiu-jitsu was fine? She's like,
There's
yeah.
only 2 cameras and they're blocking it. Now this is,
No, it's all good.
Match over?
I for sure, I think they're literally just seeing how Mike Columbus is doing. And they're saying like, yo, I want to get him. Let's get some shots of our good friend Mike Columbus photographing because that's
Currently not doing that. He's currently just a spectator. And I've been there many a time. I'm like, oh shit, I'm covering this. I should take you pictures. Well, this is how level you get lost in the action.
Yeah, they have to hold because remember their dumb rule of waiting for the weight class to finish. So Mo Black, before they get to her match, they got to let this one play out for Mitrovic and Mick. Which, by the way, it has to be a weird thing to think that your fate is tied into somebody else like that. To go like, oh, I'm ready to go now. And they go, oh, no, we have to wait that other weight class. And you go,
I'm ready now.
but let me eat their babies now, bitch. Come on. Let me bang, bro. No, the bang.
We have points there.
We do have points there.
And there's only 13 seconds left in the match. So that's probably the seal.
So that means points happen magically, and we will see them probably show up on our side in just a few seconds. What's up, Ivano? Thank you for that. Okay. You're not wrong. Bradley probably would have gotten that decision anywhere. They awarded him points for a sweep. That was what I was just told. Thank you for that, Dooney. Little behind, you may have found this out already, but if a stream is down, try Flow Zone because for Mitrovic, the second mat had the option. The second mat option had the holding, but the zone was showing that match. So they just basically give up on the rest of the single leg mats. Flow Zone.
2 mats on one of the pages and Flow Zone on the other one.
Ugh, you're right.
Then that way we technically shouldn't be missing out.
Well, you shouldn't drop on Flow Zone, right?
I mean, you would think that's their priority.
You would think you don't drop on any of them. That should be the goal. 0 drops. You know what it is? Flow probably has a sign that says whenever they put it up, 0 days injury sort of a sign on there. They're like 0 drop streams today.
And about how many times they're showing the Stella Rosa
Bro.
commercial, they're going to be giving away bottles to all the champions. So everyone that won. Not even one bottle, multiple bottles. Well, how many times you put that damn commercial up?
Absolutely. Okay, so we did see the win over on this side. I'll cover my dumb face up over on the side.
Oh, you can't do the 2 streams on the same page? Like,
So for Flow Zone, it's just one.
yeah, but those 2 are individual cameras, right?
So Flow Zone is one where they just do it like
So you have 2 Flow Zones open?
I have one Flow Zone, which is the middle one right here. But the other 2 are the mats themselves.
You do the 2 mats on one page?
2 mats on one page?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how you had them before?
Yeah.
So it's only 2
I see what you're saying now.
total?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. And let's go over on this side. Okay. Thank you for that. In defense of delayed starts, it ensures any extra rest edge only comes from a faster semi, not just being on the faster mat. Bobby, nah, that sounds too much. So could you imagine, though, if the NFL was like, hold on, the Falcons game isn't done yet. They might get an unfair rest. I very much appreciate everybody tuning in and sending us notes. Thank you, guys. If I don't get back to you, by the way, if you are sending me DMs that have nothing to do with jiu-jitsu today, there is no way I'm getting back to you today. So if you sent me a very funny meme, we'll talk about it on Tuesday. Very nice of you. Thank you very much. All right, let's go back on over this way. Helena is, she has been a prodigy. She's looking for that leg. I don't like how that leg looks. And yes, I think she does get it very quickly here because I can already see on the sidelines, Tammy Musamichi and Jasmine Rocha are apparently ready to go. So I think this is going to be a wrap here if that's the case. Eek! She has that grip that probably breaks baseball bats like that because, yeah, we're done. We have to be done here. And now that she's adjusting it even worse, oh, nope, she's letting it just slightly slip out. But good job. Well done, Helena. So did we say Krevar or Kravar? I mean, I just go with that.
Even she puts on the back of her rash guard. She doesn't go by the
That's fair.
I like the lower 30 count for a split second.
God, she's so young. Props to her. I mean, listen, dude, I see the slight opening that she has on that, but even in her corrections, it's still better than most people having it precisely on. Like, that's how great she is. Why does Mo still have that medal on? Like, legitimately look at that.
He's a champion of ADCC.
So is he like the champion of organizing or something?
Yeah, he's a promotional champion.
You know what it is?
He made that medal for himself.
Can I point this out to you? Vince McMahon awarding himself a championship belt in pro wrestling is more authentic than Mo wearing that giant medal right now.
How is Vince McMahon got his ass beat in the ring every now and again?
That's fair.
I want to see Mo get tossed around by some of these ADCC people. Then he can put the medal on.
Mo creates a bracket that he just allows himself to go against the Dunkables, pays them off, and it's like, hey, let me get a good win in here.
The way that competition is every time Mo gets submitted, he gets a point. He advances every time he passes. So he's a champion in a different way.
Amazing. All right, let me see what other notes you guys have put up. Thank you for that. Yes, appreciate you guys. What's up, Yuval? We are slowly making our way to the finals. We are getting through the semis and the third place matches. And yes, I know you think of it this way, but when you're like, why would I go for third place? If you get a third place medal, they do look to you as one of the potential alternates if somebody does get injured for ADCC, and you want that invite. So you do want to show out as much as possible in these particular junctures. Speaking of where we are right now, Mo Black and Leonie Morales is still scoreless. However, Mo Black is a former champion on the East Coast side, so she has a lot of experience in this particular way. And now they literally put on that on the flow zone, so they did switch to that on that side. Jasmine Rocha and Tammy Musamichi, that is coming up shortly, so stay tuned for that in case you guys want to know where we were in our programming.
Wait, Mo's a judge?
Yes, Mo.
How is he a judge if he's just standing in the background wearing a medal?
Because he just does this.
He shouldn't he be at a table, like taking notes and like being a professional?
But you know what? He has to pop up. Wait, can we get me a medal?
You can.
Do we have any medals here?
I don't know. It's not my gym. I don't know where things are.
God damn it. No, we don't. I don't think we have any medals here. I want an award. Give me a fucking award.
You can.
Well, if I have like a medal, then I'm the champion of being the host of the show.
You should get a grappling hour medal and just wear it for every stream. I'm the champion of grappling hour.
You can't deny that. I'm the champ of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it's a WWE BJJ belt, but we give those away.
No, the belt's different.
The belt's different. I do need the medal.
You can wear on stream because the belt is hidden by the table.
Oh my god. I'm 100% doing that for the August
Thank you, Mo,
Worlds.
For lowering the standard.
Holy shit. Can you imagine me breaking that out from like underneath my hoodie? Just like,
and
oh,
you should go to and interview people with them on.
that's so sad. Why are you wearing that medal? It's so funny. Oh my god. All right, guys, you can chime off in the comments if you think that's a good idea. Because you know what? It's such a good idea. I'll probably just pay for it just to make it a thing.
It can't be that much for a
Who's get? Well,
you might need a backup because someone's gonna steal it from you.
well, the thing is, the reason why they're not expensive is because you order multiples of them. If you order one, they rack that up to an expensive price. But you know what, though?
A lot of them.
You know what? That's why you guys have to go to patreon.com/grappling hour. If you go there and you support the show, I have the money to pay for shit like that.
Or if you could use it as like you interview people and now they're a champion of verbal taps.
Oh my god, dude! You know what the dumb part is? I am not as good at jiu-jitsu as some of the people I interview. I mean, most of the people I interview. But when that happens, if they take that away from me, there's no threatening them to get it back. There's no like, you know what? You better give me that back. It's like, shit, I just lost that medal, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I can beat this guy.
But if every time you interview someone, they took the medal off of you and put it on themselves.
This is kind of my dream, actually. This is great.
So now you have a reason to buy a bunch of medals. I just lowered the cost for you.
You did lower the cost, but you lowered the amount of medals I actually have. I'm just going to keep losing medals is how I saw that. Like Andy Varela, congratulations. You have won this.
That's the full Mo experience, though, because he also has to give away medals.
Speaking of which, we just got a call in right now, and it does look like Mo Black. I think she is going to pull ahead here. Hey, congratulations to Mo Black, who continues on a very nice progression. I do see a friend of the show in the calling section, so we're going to take a moment to say hello to Kevin Bradley. Let's say this, Kevin, how are you doing, sir?
I am doing good, Raph. It's always a pleasure. Once again, I got to thank you for all the hard work you're doing and putting these event coverages together. It's sad that you haven't escaped the need of someone at my level, but I pray for you every night, man. I really
Thank
do.
you. It's very sweet of you. I also pray for that same outcome. I do love the idea, though, that as you sign on, you do always start with a thank you for your service bit, which I do appreciate, but it makes me slightly unnerved because I'm like, I really didn't serve our country. I just signed on and talked.
Well, I don't know how lefty you want to get here, but I'd say you're serving our country by not serving our country in that way.
That's probably the best alternate. I think it's way better than me actually trying to pick up a gun and shoot people. So yeah, I think you're right.
This is the wrong crowd for all of that, but yeah.
You'd be surprised. I think there are a lot of people who are very much enjoying all of these Easter activities. So, sir, what have you been seeing on your side?
Well, as you know, you worked hard to find the right division for me to cover, and
Yes.
I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough for giving me minus 99. I've had the pleasure of interviewing a number of the people in that bracket. Really sad to see an early exit from Devontae. Had a lot of hopes for him. Kyle, he is just always a character. It's great to see him doing well and still looking just like a vulture that could take off at any moment with his massive trap wingspan. But I mean, you can't just ignore the fact that my cousin is absolutely dominating the day, Adam Bradley. Like, come on.
Adam Bradley is looking very good, and I do hate to interrupt your flow right now, but I do want to let you know we do have another friend of the show who chimed in. So I'm not going to say you're in competition because this guy can beat up both of us. I think probably combined, but he is a former trials winner. We are welcoming back our good friend, Paul Ardea, who showed up with no shirt, everybody. Take that shit. Listen to me. I told you guys I knew my guy here was going to be too lazy to get up and find a shirt. I ask you this, Paul Ardea, why is there no shirt on right now?
I'm in my own house, man. I got to be comfortable.
This dude is like, Raph, I don't know if you know, it occasionally gets hot here in Atlanta. That's why we call it Hotlanta. So you have a fan right above you too, sir. So it's not that hot. I think you're going to be okay.
The fan is next. First, you got to pop the shirt. First, you pop the shirt, then the fan comes on.
So, Paul, I was in the middle of getting some analysis here from our good friend Kevin Bradley. I don't know that you've ever had the pleasure to meet. He's a very nice guy. So hold for just a second. But, Kevin, go through what you were just talking about, sir.
Just hearing one end of that is always a pleasure. But yeah, you gave me a really great division, a lot of amazing matches. Would have expected to see more submissions from Adam, given just how well his game translates. I followed him very closely. Just another standout competitor. But he is incredibly great with the escapes. We've seen him have to. Sorry, I haven't done one of these in a while. I'm not used to paying attention to the matches and being able to comment at the same time.
It's a skill, bro. You got to get used to it. And look at this. You can tell my brother Paul Ardea is he's zoned in, bro. He is in like a meditative state right now, legitimately looking down at his phone, looking at the action, then looking back at the camera, flashing that $1 million smile. So I'm just saying, like, you got to be able to multitask here. In fact, Paul Ardea is so dialed in, he's doing analysis while staring at the actual action while being like, yeah, that one guy, he did good. Yeah, I like him. He's pretty good. So I will ask this. Since you have a second here, and I don't know that you have the opportunity to have talked with Paul before, Kevin, do you have a question for Paul while we're on this broadcast?
I mean, a lot of them are just going to be workout related for obvious reasons, you know, but I suppose one thing I've always wanted to know more about in terms of the mindset that goes into trials. What are how do the stakes compare the longer you've been doing them? Like the more trials that stack up, there are multiple ways to get invited to ADCC. So it's obviously different depending on different experience levels. But how would you judge someone's first trials versus a trials where they've gone to ADCCs before? If you can get in that mindset.
1 second, I gotta. So Alex Enrique just won submission. That's my girls.
Hey, Alex is the shit. Good on her.
Oh yeah, she's got a sub. I mean, honestly, dude, like the first time you're in it, like mostly anything else, the first time you do it, you're kind of nervous, and you don't really know why you're nervous. It's just that I think it's just like the unknown, right? Like you don't know what the level is going to look like, the level of competition. Maybe you really want to win. You really want to go to ADCC Worlds. You know, so many unknowns. I think can just like make you really nervous. But the more you're in it, and generally like the more you're in the sport, you realize that regardless of what tournament it is, it's just it's just a jiu-jitsu match, and at least that's the way I treat it now. Like even any competition to me is just like a Saturday open mat, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, you might be familiar with the regular Saturday open mat, where you just beat everybody up to win the medal that Mo's wearing in the background. It's all good. Everybody has that experience of Mo just standing in the background and just being like, yo.
I always go into my Saturday open mats with the thought that if I don't kill the guy I'm rolling with, I won't be able to advance in my career as a marketing guy in New York. Exactly. 100% same thing. Totally get it. But I just do think I've always been curious about how trials feel after you've like entered that ADCC air. If trials maybe become harder, like to prioritize and get hyped for if you've gotten to ADCC, but it's crazy to see how many young talents come out. That's one of my favorite things about the trials. I'm also just rambling because
so it's all good. Give me a second here. Because I want to bring this back up. So on the 88 kg side, we got Elder Cruz and William Tackett coming up right now. And then over on the other side, I saw Jordan Holy and Keith Krikorian. So are we missing something here?
Wait.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I'm looking at the up next panel. So Elder Cruz and William Tackett, they're supposed to be on mat number 2. Mat number 3, I see Jordan Holy and Keith Krikorian.
Okay. Well, I feel like to full disclosure, I bought Flow again for this tournament.
Did? Okay.
So I'm trying to get reused to where the mats are spaced out in the streams, and as usual, it's just hieroglyphs for me. I don't know if I do a better job at managing a very large tournament like this, but there's Cody.
Okay. Yep. Cody definitely. It's very funny. I'm like, it was very weird to not see Cody doing the trials. I think that's probably in respect to his MMA career, but it definitely did make me a little bit sad to not see him on any brackets.
Yeah, a bracket just feels empty if someone's not getting suplexed multiple times in succession, and he's usually the guy to make that happen. So,
I mean, I do tell people all the time, I'm like, yo, you can give him the invite. I don't think any of us would be all that upset. So, yes, we're supposed to see, I thought, Wojcik and Rodriguez. So that's why on my little screen panel here that's showing me of what's coming up next, I don't know why we would see Krikorian and Holy, but I do see Wojcik on the other side. So I would ask this. Paul, you've had some time to think about this. Are you changing any of your opinions here? Did you have time to lull in it and think about it, or are you still sticking with your ride or dies here?
Yeah,
My champ,
again,
why is there such indecision here? Because I'm seeing you waffle. I'm seeing you start to think it out.
Top side of the bracket, right?
Yeah.
I'm sticking with, I think Elder Cruz takes
Okay.
it. Bottom side of the bracket, I still want Chris to win, but I don't know now. Now that I've had a little more time to think about it, you know what I mean?
Wow. Okay, hold up. Give me a second here. I'm gonna go ahead and text my boy Chris Wojcik, and I'm about to be like, "Hey, Chris, I don't know how to tell you this. I know you got a big match coming up right now, but our
Got some haters.
Our man Paul Ardea, he's lost faith in you, sir. I don't know what happened. I don't know what you could have done to make him not believe in you anymore, but he just told me on there he don't."
No, hold up now. Hold up.
So, okay, I'm seeing Elder Cruz, William Tackett on mat 2, Chris Wojcik, Jay Rodriguez, mat number 3. So this is happening right now. And are you able to watch both on both cameras right now? And this is over to Paul.
No, I tried, but hold on. Let me see something real quick.
Because now that there's only 2, you could potentially put one on a camera and one on like a laptop or one on an iPad. So you can split this up now.
Let me see if I can get this done.
Sweet. While you're doing that, I'm going to come on over to one Kevin Bradley. Kevin, what is it that you've seen that has surprised you most over the weekend?
Again, I've had to play my attention has been focused on, some of my personal favorites, people that I've wanted to see do well. That's Devontae, Kyle, obviously Adam. I'm grateful that 2 of those guys ended up making incredibly deep runs. One might take the entire thing. Again, I brought this up a little bit earlier. I always want to see more submissions from Adam. I know a lot of his brand is escapes. A lot of his brand is being slippery and tough to deal with. But I know his submission game is incredible, and I want to see him be able to display more of that. Kyle, on the other hand, absolute incredible performances. We had that sub-minute footlock early on. I forget who we did that against. I think it was Raza. Suts, amazing back take. I think he had 2 amazing rear naked chokes on the event. He's a fast, difficult guy when he gets going, and he was able to run through people. Even his points victories, they were pretty all in hand. And I can't wait to see what we get out of him for the remainder of the year and into 2025. Okay. I'm also just trying to. It sucks because I've met Jay Rodriguez. He's a very handsome guy, and nothing about his hair is working. And I feel, as someone who has hair.
Hold on, wait. You are judging this man on the content of his hair?
I am judging him on the content of his hair. If you're
going back on over to Paul. All right, Paul. Okay. Listen, I want to ask a question right now. Do you have this up on your screen? I bet you're looking at Cruz and Tackett.
I got both of them. I'm looking.
You got both of them. See, that's how we do it, champ. I want to ask this though. Did you see a little bit of respect on that name from one William Tackett pushing around Cruz there for a split second?
Oh yeah, big time. And he kind of took him down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but he's in there. Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to make sure you were watching and you got that on there. I do want to point this out, by the way. Everybody's a friend of the show at this point on out. Like literally everybody in this 4 seeds, if you've got to the top. So don't construe this as talking shit about any of them because they've all been guests on the show. So they all know how this goes. Whatever Paul might try to tell you otherwise, everybody here is a friend of the show. However, Paul has been saying shit about not believing in Chris Wojcik anymore. And I just find that tragic.
That's funny. Those words have never come out of my mouth.
Not according to the AI bot that I have found in the time that we have spoken since. But I want to bring this. Ooh, Elder almost had an entry there on the side. They're going to bring them back on over. What is the timestamp that you have here, Paul?
For which match?
Let's talk about the Cruz Tackett. What is your timestamp right now?
It's 303, 302, 301.
Okay, so we're about the same time, so we're not too far off. The actual Billboard score that they have on Flow Grappling for Flow Arena tells me that this does go on and it is going to be scoreless for another minute. So just keep that in mind as you watch this action.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go back on over to Kevin. Kevin, in doing so, can you preview a little bit about the 99 final that we are due to see very shortly?
Yeah, so I am also, for the record, I don't know how this keeps happening, but I feel like every stream I've done with you, I end up like, you're on the West Coast. How am I ahead of you? How does that work?
They like you better out there. I think the internet travels much shorter. Listen, you're trying to ask me to make sense of anything Flow Grappling related, and that is not anything I can do. Like, I think that you guys, for whatever reason, well, actually, Paul and I have the exact same stream time. So I don't know how you're getting it a few seconds before us.
My current, I'm at 2 minutes for Jay and Wojcik, and a minute 59 for Cruz and Tackett. Which, by the way, absolutely grueling looking stand up from Cruz and Tackett. I know we got to talk about 99, but Jesus Christ, he's gotten so much more built and defined. Tackett has over the last few years. He's just getting more and more into his adult strength. I know he was. I'm talking like I met him when he was 12. No, but like just knowing how he's going to continue to develop. Oh, really, really tight on the head there for Cruz. Oh, but also Jay's gonna look for the leg lace and oh shoot!
Oh. Hold on, coming back on over to Paul here for a split second. Paul, what did you see?
Elder Cruz tried to go for a throw, and Tack has been pressuring forward the whole time. And when he went for that throw, now he's on bottom. Oh, he's about to get submitted. No, wait, is that points? Yeah, that's points. See, this is why I always said I think Tackett is going to win.
Wow, this is. You know what? I have to bet more against Paul. I now realize that I've got somebody who could help my gambling.
I remember you said Elder Cruz was going to win. I was like, hey, I don't.
Oh wow! So you're putting this on me? Wow! Okay, just I want to point out. Hey, hold on to my boy William Tackett. Never forget. Go back. The tape does not lie. The tape does not lie here. You have friends here. And to my good friend Elder Cruz, I'm just going to say I have always spoken well about your wrestling. I don't know about Senor Pauladilla here. I think Pauladilla has just been like, I've seen better throws in my life. You know what I mean? Like from some of my white belts, fam.
Well, I don't have any white belts, so I know you're lying. Oh, all man. Right, okay, Tackett moves forward. That's it. And then I think
now it's coming down to overtime with Wojcik and J-Rod, and that's going to be a shootout right now, guys. Like, I'm nervous about that.
Oh, man. This man, J-Rod, has gas for days.
Absolutely. He's starting to attack the turtle right now of one. Chris Wojcik, they're going to probably reset them back to the middle of the match, which is, of all times you could let them go on where the mats are, they're not in use at the moment, so they're not endangering anybody. And hold on, let me go back over to Kevin Bradley. You don't like this pwn, this power pwn that he's using here?
Oh God, it's awful. I'm not trying to. He's a very, very lovely guy. Like from every interaction I've had with him, a really solid dude. Really wish well for him in his career. And I get that if you have the hairline for it, this is a look you got to do, just to see. And like, Jesus Christ.
I just want to give some props here to, it looked like things were going to go very badly for Chris Wojcik. And he very much Grammied his way to a much more promising element. And I think this is going back to an area that he's way more comfortable at, and it's trying to attack on the leg. I think that is really the promised land for him to try and put any stop to the momentum that is one J-Rod. But J-Rod in on a front headlock. Oh, this is where things get super dicey here, my friends.
You're ahead of me, man.
Oh, I'm slightly ahead of you. My apologies. I'm at 151, and the scoreboard right now shows 102. So it shows that our lag is about 40 seconds behind what is real-time action that I think the people down in Vegas. So there is that. But, man, I do have to ask this, though. Paul, as you're looking at this, you might have gotten the opposite. You might have been the person that had jinxed this as the opposite of whatever your predictions were. Your buddy, Chris Wojcik, may not advance, and it might be your fault.
Well, you know what? J-Rod
Yeah.
I'm also cool with. So I'm not losing here at all. Whoever wins, I'm cool with both of them. So
That's fair. I mean, legitimately, once it gets down to this panel to me and it's down to these four, I'm like, legitimately, all of these guys are cool. Like, I do love everybody in that division. Whew.
is a match over on your end or not yet?
No, not yet. But they essentially just went to the edge of the mat. And there was a photographer that just kind of looked up like, you going to stop this, dude? Because that would be helpful to me. All right, they return back on over. There's 1 minute of action on my time. I think, Bradley, you kind of know the end result that's about to come up here, so no spoilers from you. But I have been pleasantly surprised. I mean, okay. This is tough. This is... Oh, man.
Not sure.
I'm gonna have to ask your opinion, Paul, once we get to the end of this. Because you are not a judge, but I may have to ask where your judging preference comes here in a second. All right, I'm going to go back over. Bradley, anything else jump out to you? I know we've been able to catch a number of different divisions, but anything else that has surprised you, even outside of your division, or anything else that has come up that you were like, yo, this was a moment that happened?
Well, I do think it's been great seeing, from what I've been able to catch, the number of just incredibly quick submissions. Specifically, like Michael Pixley, a guy I was unfamiliar with before this tournament, who now is going to be facing Adam in the finals, has been incredibly efficient at implementing his game.
He has had a great moment. I'm going to put a pause here. Let's go back to Paul. Paul, you should be about done on your side, right?
Just finished.
All right. I need your official decision.
That was such a tight match. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a judge on this one.
Don't worry. It's Mo. So he's just going to pick whoever's more profitable.
Who won? Who do you think?
I know who won, so I'm not going to do that to you, bro. I can't do that.
Won. Okay. I mean, honestly, like you couldn't go wrong on either one. Both of them put in so much effort. I mean, that's a tough L.
You know what? I've learned a lot about your lawyering practices right now. I've learned a lot about your ability to be like, Your Honor, I forgot my keys. How are you guys feeling? Pretty good here. Can I? You know what? I need a delay. What is that? Delay of trial. I forgot something. My dog ate my homework. Like I love that you're waiting for them to do the announcement right now.
No, they already did it. Yeah.
Okay. So do you agree with the announcement?
Yeah, I agree with it. I mean, like I said, I mean, there was whoever won, it was correct. I mean,
yeah,
it was so back and forth that. But I will say, I think J-Rod's double leg at the beginning of overtime could have really just sealed that in, right? Because I mean, everything else was so back and forth, bunch of attempts from the both of them. So
you know what? There was a moment where I thought, okay, you're looking at Wojcik, and I thought he was in trouble because I thought he had pressure on him. Like I was like, okay, Wojcik's probably going to lose this decision. And what did Wojcik do in that moment? He started turning it up. Like he was starting to pressure more of the action. On the top side, you had the passing though of J-Rod, where he was at least attempting to pass, and it becomes that very difficult thing. Let's now talk a little bit about Varela and Tackett, because I think that has to be one of the showcase matches of the entire tournament.
You put it back to me, or
yeah? Oh no, I'm going to put that to you because I just feel you have it on your phone right now.
I do have it right on my screen. I wish. Yeah, I mean, Varela, great takedowns, especially. I don't know if you caught it, but he does like a same side double leg. Like instead of like, for example, so he's standing right leg forward, and you would always expect his head to hit his opponent's right side. But he does this extremely slick where he puts it on the same side. And then a lot of times either he'll take the back or he'll do a super quick takedown. I mean, Tackett is just Tackett, man. These boys can just push. I don't know. I don't have a favorite on this one. Who you got?
Well, I've got whoever's coming on the show, essentially, after this. No, I mean, honestly, the momentum has to be Varela. I feel like this has been, like, everything he's visualized he's been able to pull off at this tournament. Having said that, Tackett is the perfect spoiler. Like, he is the perfect disruption. And I just got a note here that said all eyes in this room are on Tackett and Varela. So even though there's a very, very solid Taza and Hansen, I mean, Hansen's a beast too. I love Hansen. Yeah, how do you not have your eyes on Tackett and Varela, given both of their explosiveness?
Let's see if I can put it.
I'm going to go on over. So Bradley, you're living in the future right now. Do you feel that Tackett is going to run away with this? Do you feel like he's going to pull this off?
I want to believe so, yes. There's just the fact that he seems more confident, engaging. Oh, man, you're in for a treat in a few minutes. Or, like, I don't know how far behind you are, but huge moment from Tackett, almost signifying what I was talking about. Really, really just solid stuff. He's passionate, and he seems more willing to engage. And you don't get any fear from the guy. That's a whole lot of, like, mid-level analysis there, but not even mid-level, but hey, I'm out of the game now. That's what you're going to get. Incredible pressure. These guys are in the prime of their in the prime of their careers in a lot of ways. It's boring how they reset. You know my opinions on going onto the carpet or the concrete, you know?
Yes. Do you have any notes on either of their hair?
Tackett's rocking the blonde well. You know, that's all I gotta say.
Man.
Oof. Oh wait, is it like a breeze? Oh wait, did you just get to the?
I don't think I'm at exactly what you were talking about here, but we're just seeing a lot more aggressive frames, and it's very rare that you're gonna have a spot where you go, "Ooh, that frame seemed aggressive," but that seems to be what we are seeing at this moment.
Yeah, it's a trials that goes to show a lot of defense is never going to be out of style. I'm trying to pay attention to Taza too because, you know, just like you had been saying, it's a really solid match. But Jesus, the aggression from Tackett is not something you can really pull your eyes away from.
I have to say this on your bingo card, Ardea, did you have Andy getting cradled at all on your bingo card today?
I had no one getting cradled on my bingo card.
Well, I'm going over to Paul because Paul was explaining and giving props to the wrestling a few seconds ago of one Andy Varela, and then I just saw a moment there, and I'm like, and you know what's amazing about that? There were no points awarded in any of that moment.
That is incredibly weird. But
Paul, what say you to that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of these calls are kind of weird, man. I mean, that was straight side mount for a good 10 seconds just now.
I mean, to me, I'm looking at that, and I thought that if there's ever a moment where you kind of start putting the hand up, like to maybe do a couple points here, that's one of the areas where I think my hand starts to travel up. What's up, Kevin?
They did end up giving him the points as a brief spoiler.
Oh, nope. I just saw the points go up. Wow. Wow. Man, you know, Paul,
very delayed though.
Yeah, Paul, you have experience in this realm. What is the longest in your head it has felt like for points to happen at any kind of your ADCC experiences?
Yeah, I don't know why sometimes they wait like 20 seconds to put up the points, and you're just stressing the whole time. Like, look, man, did I get these points or not? All right, I'm tired. All right.
I feel like you make your way to the concession stand, and there's like a ref that shows up then, and I was like, oh, hey, two.
Yeah. By the way, you got your points.
You got your points now, bro. Enough time has passed. So there's 37 seconds.
On my end, I only see 2-0. What do you guys see?
We have 2-0 on my side too, and I'm a little bit ahead of you. You don't want to know what Kevin knows because he knows the end result to the fight, I believe, by this point. But it is looking dicey. And I mean, here's the thing I'm thinking. There's only a few seconds left to go, and it is, woo, it is going to get real nice for you in a second here, Paul. It is exactly how you want it to end, with just short on time between two scrappers.
Let's see if he does that double leg.
You know, I'm keeping the camera on you just because I want to see your reactions at this point.
Oh, that was close. Oh, nice. That was a good strategy on Tackett to just get them the leg. Don't try to finish. Just kind of hold on and let time finish. Oh, man. Scramble. Beast. Time. So the 2 points he got was for the takedown and not for the pass, huh?
I think so. Bradley, was that what you were trying to like not tell us during that?
I specifically, yeah, in terms of like the point awarded, yeah, I don't know what the points were for. And on that note, I'm still waiting for a couple points from a New Jersey Fed tournament from like 2019. So fair. if they want to mail them to me, I'll take it.
Yeah. I love the fact.
Take the mail.
I love the fact that, you know, you get somebody here who has experience getting points in one Paul Ardea, where like there have been moments where I've looked at a ref and I was like, hey, bro, I think you gave that dude like twice the amount of points. Like, I'm not saying I'm winning, but like, can you take off at least 3 of those points, man? Because like, that's some bullshit. All right, so we got that going on. Thank you to our good friend Octavio, who's taking care of me on that side. It says Andrew Tackett is built for this. He's one of those few athletes who thrives under the lights. All smiles before and after. Absolutely, man. I mean, he put on a show out there, and props to him, man. It is proving what William Tackett said a few years ago, right? Which was keep your eyes on him. He is definitely the one to watch. So there is that. Let's go back this way. All right. Taza, and you've been watching this one a little bit more intently. What have we missed, if anything, in the Taza and Hansen match, Bradley?
I do feel bad because I ended up shifting my focus almost exclusively to
God damn it, Bradley. I was not going to tell this man how to do his job, but I can tell you how to do your job. There's a very different thing.
Absolutely, you can. Taza's been showcasing a lot of top pressure. He's been looking very confident. Not a lot of wild exchanges from Hansen. So if it does go to a decision, I feel like Taza has it.
So I'm going to come back over this way. Octavio was just letting me know that it does look like very soon we're about to see Keith Krikorian and Jordan Holy, and then you're going to see brother-on-brother crime. You got Gavin and DeAndre going up next. I'll ask this. I'm going to come over. I'm going to split squad here. I'm going to go on over to Paul. Paul Ardea, who wins, Jordan or Keith?
Oh, I mean, I don't know who wins. I can tell you who I want to win.
Okay, you can tell me who you want to win. I'll take that.
I got my boy Keith Krikorian, man. That's my boy.
That's all right. I don't want to. I want to tell people how to live their life, but Keith was ours first. Okay, so you guys all have him on lease, but Keith has been our like day ones here. That's right. He was unknown. He didn't even know who he was before I knew him. I was like, "You are Keith Krikorian, young man. Look at you are Simba. You are the Lion King, my friend. Get out there and get your crown." So yeah, Keith has been with us day one. And we love Jordan. Jordan's a former guest on the show as well, so I ain't talking shit about him. But I will tell you, Keith Krikorian is a monster. Now, Kevin Bradley, I ask you this. Which one of the Corbet brothers do you love more? And who is going to win? You, sir. You get that question. Go.
I got to admit, I don't know enough about either of their games.
You got to pick one. 50-50, flip a coin. Pull out a deck of cards. Give me a name, sir.
I don't know, whichever one was born first.
I don't think you can do that. God damn it. Kevin Bradley is the one that's going to pull the mom card here that's like, I don't know. I love both of these mijos so much. Hold on. Okay.
I'm pulling it for the firstborns today.
I want to point this out because there's been some very funny comments that have come into our section. So I'm actually going to split screens right here. So I'll get Bradley, myself, and our good friend Senor Paul Ardea. So a few comments I'm going to read as you guys can get the ideas here of what people were saying in the comment section. The first thing I saw was, demand Kevin lose the shirt too. Under no circumstances am I doing that to that young man.
I can't even I appreciate the love.
Hold on. What did you say here, Paul?
I said I can't even see Kevin on my screen, but you gotta pop the shirt, man. You gotta lose that shirt.
Kevin, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Under no circumstances do you have to do that. But listen, I will listen to Paul Ardea till day's end. This dude can yell at me all he wants to get takedowns, to try and do his heel hooks, which I cannot. But no. You are not under any circumstances here. By the way, I will tell you this. In the past, when I interviewed J-Rod, hold up. We already have a finish on the core base.
Oh, what?
Yep. Wow. And we did just lose a camera here, so stay with me, friends. I'm just going to switch my camera and go to a different one here until I get that fixed. Octavio, if we can get that camera fixed on a start and stop, that would be great. Mid-cam. Let me point this out here, though. Yes. I got some notes. It says, oh, they'll just let anyone on this stream, from Bobby Ingram. First of all, Bobby, this is a very selective process. I want to point this out. Normally you could say that, but the fact that we have Paul here did raise the amount of level that we have here on the show. It says, when are the semis? Bro, now. Ongoing, 88 and up now. Oh, yeah, gotcha. Enigma Invitational 14 finale rematch input to happen on Hansen versus Taza. Well, we just saw that. And Keith is going to move on by submission, everybody. Keep your eye on that. Keith has continued on and has continued a streak of tapping out everybody. And Paul, I have to say, you can share in this love of one Keith Krikorian. I love the fact that you are seeing this from Dooney. He says, Keith! And yes, we love Keith Krikorian. So we're very, very happy for our friend getting a big reception from Gio Martinez right now, as he should. And man, if Keith wins again, he will be halfway to the amount of trials wins of one Paul Ardea on the call. I'm just saying.
Also, I'm back on the win column now because my predictions.
Wait, no. You said you're rooting for Keith Krikorian. You didn't stay out of that name. You still said you were going to root for Keith Krikorian.
You got to clarify. Hey, when you say root, do you think he's going to win? I was like, for sure.
No. Listen, to any other guest, I might give him some leeway here. I am speaking to a lawyer who is proficient in language. So the fact that you can come back and reclaim this, I don't know how I feel about that, Paul. I feel like you were repping Keith. But you didn't give the full Lion King-esque metaphor that this guy did here. Day ones.
All right, I'm just gonna level with you, Raph. My best friend in the world is a lawyer. Lawyers can be Nimrods. Like, no offense, Paul, but like they're not bound.
You know what? This is the worst defense I think I've heard out of anybody to try and be like, I don't want to say you're wrong here, Raph, but lawyers are technically dum-dums. Anyway, not this guy. He's a smart one.
If the hours are not billable, you can't expect them to be the most litigious people on the planet.
Wait, hold on.
So, is that his?
And you roasted him on air? That's crazy, man.
I will roast him on air. He would do the exact same to me.
Hold on here, real quick. We're getting some clarification. Is that his affiliation? Are we talking about third places that we're going into next? Okay. Maybe. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. So there was apparently a forfeit that is going to be coming up very soon. So I think, yes, these are going to be the third place matches that are coming in right now. So the third place match is very important because they do determine if you potentially get an invite in the future. So it's not for nothing. You definitely want to be on that podium so that you can make your case. But you are seeing right now Jennifer Case and Bridget Mick, which, by the way, still not a final name. Let's be very clear about that. So let's bring this back on over to this. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, and we were just trying to make sure we were all claiming love for Keith, although Keith is beloved by the entire nation. So it is difficult to claim him as forever as one of our own. But I would ask this. What's that?
I was just going to say, we in Jersey miss him. It was great having him, but
You of all people do not get to wait. Hold on. Did I? So wait, no, you did take off your shirt.
Oh yeah, I took it off a while ago, and I got no credit for it. So
well, because we were in the middle of a fight. I was in the middle of a fight with Paul Ardea because he's trying to sit here and tell us that he knows Keith better than we know Keith, and then he's trying to reclaim things and say like, "Yo," as I was saying,
those words.
My rooting for Keith was
Correct.
also my
I
going
never said
for
that.
Keith to win.
I really think you got to give it to him.
At this point, man, I've earned at least that. All right.
I've earned at least that. So let me see here. I got a note here from our good friends. So I'm going to go through our comment section very quickly. And it says, Tacky got 2 points for a takedown. So yes, thank you for that, Egghead. And then Egghead also say, I hear my lawyers may have 20-pound brains. Don't challenge Paul, bud. So I think that's just warning you. And you know what's funny? Okay, so full disclosure, I was mentioning this. In the past, it says Amanda Bruce on that one too. Yeah, we'll have to double check that. But Amanda should be. This is third place though, right?
Daishi with the guillotine on Bame.
Damn, dude, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the nice part is you would figure in this particular set, the advantage would be Kyle just from experience, but. We are seeing some impressive stuff, and they're doing a flow zone split screen, so that's what's happening there. Okay, so it's taken them a bit to get to this kind of technology, and it looks like Bame is zeroing in on trying to attack the back here of Goto. And he's starting to cinch up ever so slowly here. So let me ask this, Paul: do you feel like you are responsible for making this this Kevin Bradley having to show off? The ADCC style of commenting, because this was not something we had ever really thought about when we were coining the phrase ADCC style with no rash guard.
Do I feel like I'm
do you feel responsible for this? Because look at this. This is your fault. When people look back at this broadcast in the future, or they take screen grabs of it, they're gonna be like, "Who did this? You did this."
This is the hot tub stream.
You can't see. Well, let me put you. Okay, you know what? What I've been trying to do here is I've been trying not to put you side by side because I don't want to see like the before and after pictures here of what happens when you take the right amount of TRT.
Hold up now.
I'm just saying, listen, bro, you compete for the world's most TRT friendly organization. So at this point, I just assume if you got a ticket to ADCC, you have needles over on the side of that camera off camera that we cannot see, sir.
No, I
hang out with the Liver King.
I also compete for UWW and they test us, so.
That's fair. Okay. I like, you know what the best part is? I like that you have a recent test that you're like, actually, specifically on November 19th, 2023, I did get some information that says I am clean, sir.
I'm pulling receipts right now, man.
It's all right. I'm glad you have receipts now because you didn't about your love for Keith Krikorian. The records show that. Your honor, thank you, and etc. Kevin, do you think that you will live to regret this moment?
I don't think I don't live to regret much, to be honest. I regret how much I'm gonna have to spend on my wedding in June. That's like
let's be very honest.
I have on my mouth.
How many guests do you have at your wedding?
It's gonna be like 80.
80? That's not bad. It's a good mid-size. We had about 100 at mine, and I will tell you this: they definitely took advantage of that open bar. So whatever money you've got. Double it for the open bar if you have an open bar.
We do have an open bar.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Fucking nightmare. We're also we might be dumb enough to have an open mat, like have some mats like to the side for the animals, for the monsters that are just going to be there.
Fair enough.
But hopefully not. Hopefully everyone will be calm and we won't have to do that.
So let me be very clear with the guests that I have here right now. So in the past, there was a day where I want to say we were interviewing Nicky Rod. And I thought as a gag, I was going to take my shirt off because he was literally like, he starts the interview without a shirt. And I thought, I should do this. And then I go, nah, I'm not going to do that. And I saw another person do an interview with him like that. And I go, you know what? That looks dumb. I'm so glad I didn't do that. That was a terrible choice. I'm so glad I didn't take that inclination, because what ends up happening is if you look like a beat up Toyota next to a fucking Ferrari, it fucking shows. So I was like, I don't know how much I could commit to the joke just for this one-off thing.
Ideally, you would have like nipple clamps or pasties or something. You just got to go another direction and just say, "Oh, you think being shirtless is the most vulnerable you can be? Bet."
All right, I'm walking through here, so I want to start getting into some information just so people know. Kyle Bame did beat Diashi. Ended up getting a rear naked choke, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Bame. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw toward the end of that. So yes, takedown to a rear naked choke. In the other third places, we see Amanda and Tammy coming at 2 points apiece. And I think that'll be an interesting one to see play out. Liani Bernales, Nicole Matthew happening. So Paul, since the last time we talked to you, obviously we've been watching this together and some things have popped out at us. Is there anything that's popped out at you since the last time you called in, or that like took you by surprise in today's coverage?
I mean, I think we talked right before the break. So not a whole lot. Adam Bradley's looking good. I think he's going to take it against Pixley. I think they already faced each other at East Coast Trials. And I think he kind of put the work on him. So very likely, to see the same thing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think for 88 kilos, now we have Tackett against... Who won the other side? Remind me again.
So it was Tackett and J-Rod, I believe.
Oh, and J-Rod. That's going to be a good match. That's going to be a good match. Just know right now, whoever wins, I picked them. All right?
Yeah, okay. See, I like that you're getting right past my line of questioning, because you know that it is proven wrong in the past. And like I said, you know what, Paul, what we have to do next time you're out in LA, we have to set up a poker game, because now I'm like, I think he's got lawyer money, and I think I could at least get 20 of his dollars right now. So I feel good about my odds in that particular scenario.
Nah, you see, this is exactly why I don't bet right here, man. I hate losing.
Bro, listen, I understand. I know it's hard. It's different. It's not like you can do jiu-jitsu to like even things out and be like, no, I'm going to get this back. Like here, it's like, oh shit, I got to live with this. I did not pick the right person.
But you know what? I'm 1-2 so far, because I picked, wait, who
you don't even remember, fam. How are you able to try and say you are 1-2? You're like, wait, I'm 1-2. Wait, that's a losing record. You know that, right?
Oh, I understand that. I mean, I know. Look, I take my L's with pride. All right. I was wrong on Elder Cruz.
Yep.
And then I was wrong on the opposite side as well, with J-Rod coming ahead.
Yo, I forgot all about this. We should be talking about this, because coming up next on mat number 2, it's going to be Elder Cruz and Chris Wojcik for third place.
That's a good match.
So you want to do you want to double or nothing down on Elder Cruz over Wojcik? Because these are two of your besties. This is, you know what? This is the Paul Ardea bracket. You made this bracket happen. You thought this might be a final of friendship and excellence. And instead, now you're seeing it for third place. Shout out both of you guys. We love you. But do you have any predictions here? Because now it's putting who you thought was going to win versus who you wanted to win, sir.
Yeah, I think... You know what? Hold on. Let me throw it up real quick.
Okay.
All right. But hold on now. Hold on. If I'm gonna put out a name, I want you to put out a name as well. You're not.
That's fair. I can do that. I can do that. Okay, I'm with you.
Even though Chris is my boy, I'm gonna go with Elder again. I think he's gonna take this one. I think he's gonna be too careful with the leg locks, and then he's gonna put on that wrestling game.
You know what? Just to make it interesting, I'm actually just gonna take Chris, because you know why? I'll tell you right now. Okay. Here's why. So you, like Chris, were voted one of our top 10 interviews, and not just our top 10. What rank were you, sir?
I think wasn't I 5th?
I think you were 4th or 5th. Yes. So Wojcik showed up to ADCC Trials in the Grappling Hour hoodie. Now, I don't know about other people here. I have not seen you at a major organization with the Grappling Hour hoodie, but I know you got one. So I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm a ride or die with Chris Wojcik, third place. He has our look at this heart because my man was representing the brand. And you know what? This is how much, you know what? We sent you a hoodie. This is how anti-grappling hour you are. You came in shirtless, not even with the hoodie. You're like, no, I'm going to make it a point to show you how much I don't support you, Raph. I'm not
It's like
going to
80
wear it.
degrees in Georgia.
Bro, it's fine. I'm just letting you know that I hear your criticism and it is heard and it hurts, but it's okay. So yes.
You know what? Kevin's team Paul because he popped the shirt. So
Kevin, listen, again, can't emphasize this enough. You know, I thought at some point Kevin could sneak the shirt back on, but instead he is really committed to it.
I mean,
Kevin,
listen, I'm a hairy guy. My temperature is being regulated right now. I'm all good.
So wait a minute. So you should be able to see him right now, though. If you look at the camera.
I can't see him. I've never been able to see him.
Hold on, give me a second. So you guys can see me then, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, I'm going to make it so that right now you could see each other because I didn't know that was the way that was set up. But give me a second. You'll be able to actually see one another here in just a moment. So it says host camera. We're going to change that to broadcast. Now, gentlemen, get to see one another. You are able to say hello.
Oh, my God. He's so handsome. It's great to meet you, Paul.
The no shirt is crazy. What's up, man?
Dude,
let's get a little flex on.
I mean, no.
By the way, just a little hint here, Paul. As somebody with muscles, it is in general bad taste to sit there and be like, yo, we gonna flex? Because then again, Ferrari, Toyota comparison.
No. It's even worse because he's giving us the side profile, so he's just got like the full Chad chiseled jaw, like the sun's catching him. It's awful. It's a crime what he's doing right now.
So can I just say this though? What he lacks or what he has in ADCC Trials wins and good looks, he does lack in his ability to properly frame himself because you may notice I have legit been struggling here to be like, God damn it, Paul, just move. And there was one point where I had a 3-shot of us and I was doing my best to try and put him into frame. And it's just, nope. Trying my best here, bud. I'm trying to make you look decent, but instead we just get like a slight profile of you, sir.
You know, this is also making me realize every lawyer on like billboard ads I see, like in day to day, they're all ugly. You would be the most handsome guy on a billboard.
All right, stop hitting on him at this point. There's a certain part where we're like, yo, it's a good looking dude. But after a certain point, it starts to get to a point where I'm like, I think you need to charge him at this point.
Hey, Raph, listen, homophobia is a really warped and fucked thing. And I don't like that it's coming out of your mouth, you know? I'm not even gay. I'm just an ally. So that's really sad. I know Bobby's watching this. You're going to be a mixed martial artist article. So like,
all right. So far there's 220 left on the match between Wojcik and Elder Cruz. So this is really the grappling hour versus the trials winner off at the moment. So I'm just saying. And you know what the sad part is? At some point, I'm going to have to interview Elder very soon. Like, he lives closer to me, if we're being honest.
Well, I like Elder. I think he's a beast. Even though I faced Elder before. I mean, you know, like I was saying earlier when Kevin was asking me, like, about tournaments and stuff, like, I don't really. I know some people are like they can't be friends with their opponents, but I don't know. I like being friends with my opponents. I think they're good people.
You're a generally nice dude, so like I kind of see that as a thing. I think everybody has a different fight style, so I don't know that it works for everybody like in the immediate time. But I think after you've had some time to calm down, you can be friends.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like for me, it's kind of like I feel like no one can get me more than my opponent because they know they want exactly the same thing that I want. You know what I mean? And very likely they want it as much as I want. They've been training like I've been training, and they've been eating the right foods and going to sleep at the right time. So it's like they get me so well. I don't know. It's kind of hard to not be cool with them. Elder's about to pass.
He is about to pass here. He was working on that, and we did just get a sub. So, oh God, guys. So I do need to tell you. Hold on, real quick. I think Bradley had to sign off. So our thanks to Kevin Bradley, who, listen, dude. I don't. Now that he's gone, I can only say this. You definitely bullied that young man to doing that shirt off, and I don't know how I feel about it, because you know what? You were just talking about, like, I'm friends with everybody. And then you put that at suggestion in his head. He was like, I think I have to do it. And I'm like, you don't have to do it, bro. It's all good.
I'm glad he did it. You gotta take, even if you got, maybe not the most chiseled muscles, you gotta take pride. Pop that shirt with some pride, flex the muscles. That's it.
Yeah,
man.
okay, fair enough. I want to point this out. I don't know if you know this is coming up, but we did make it to the end. Elder Cruz does pick up the dub by points. So there is that. Congratulations to him. I feel honored to represent my friend. Though I should remind him he is yet to come to train with me either. So maybe he really never was my friend now that I think about it. But no, Chris Wojcik showed up with a Grappling Hour hoodie, and my man was representing, and we got mad love for him. So big ups to him. He had a great run.
Look how quickly the media switches on you.
The
when
media,
you lose,
oh my
man.
God. Right now, let me point this out to you. You are the media right now, sir. You're here. You don't get to play
Look how
fucking
quickly they
outside of
switch
this.
up on you, man.
No,
No
get out
way,
of here.
man. Mainstream.
Mainstream media. Oh my God, this dude's coming out with the MSM arguments. Let me go ahead and come back this way. We got a few folks who are saying a few things, and I want to check in. And it says, but he isn't handsome Kevin Sherrill handsome. Sorry, Paul. Handsome Kevin even has a handsome belt. Is that true? Does he have a handsome belt?
Yeah, he does. He won the handsome belt in PGF.
In PGF, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, Kevin had words about your appearance. He very much appreciated how you played running the gauntlet. So he was a fan of how you played that down, sir.
Well, I have to say this. Corbett almost. I don't know if you're seeing the third place match here.
I am.
These boys are getting after it, man.
So just so you know what's coming up, Max Hansen versus Andy Varela. Fire indeed, bro. Oh my goodness. So I'm super stoked for that. And I think, so just so we know, as soon as we do the Corbet match, and they're holding on to that, because technically I think you're supposed to get Corbet Holy after Hansen Varela, but I think they figure that's going to be a better match. So I think they're holding on to that before we take the intermission.
Okay. What you got?
In that match for Hansen versus Varela?
Yeah.
Bro, I have to take Andy, because Andy will get in the comment section if you don't take him. At least Max doesn't care if you like him or not. Like, Max is definitely somebody who's like, oh, hey, yeah, that's cool, man. All good. Yeah, that's cool. I sent him a shirt because he was one of our 10 interviews, and he goes, thanks, man. And I was like, bro, you know what's so funny? I don't need like any kind of thing, but like legitimately down the line, every other person was like, hey man, that was really nice, blah, blah, blah. Like legitimately his version of like a long letter was, thanks, bro. I just go, that's just how he is.
If you ever send me anything ever again, I'm just going to hit you with the little okay emoji.
Bro,
That's
don't
it.
even do that. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. We have crossed to a different line. Now we're different people. Like, I don't mind talking shit to you. You're somebody that I'm like, nope. You better believe when we roll, all I'm doing is roasting the hairline. If you didn't do something right that day, you didn't tip a butler, I'm roasting that. I don't care what it is. I'm taking every advantage I can get on that.
Real quick on the Kevin, handsome Kevin Sherrill. Just want to say Kevin's my little brother. All right. So I'm just happy that he has that handsome title. You know what I mean? So he can just feel pride as my little brother, as my young sibling. Okay, as my trainee also.
Wow. You're definitely laying that one on thick. Have you ever thought about challenging him for the handsome title?
I'm not gonna challenge my little brother. You know what I mean?
Well, the Corbet brothers literally killed each other for the opportunity to maybe go to ADCC.
Well, the thing is, ADCC does do that pretty well, which is if you got same team in the semis, figure it out, right?
Yep.
And no fake matches, kind of like what you see in different federations, or no closeouts or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, no, I am a huge fan of it. And I mean, listen, dude. They took off Hansen and Varela.
Oh, what?
Hold
Someone
up.
forfeited?
I'm wondering if one of them was injured. Hold up. Let's go to Flow and check it out right now. Huh. Because if that's the case, this is the last match before there is a short intermission. So it looks like finals and whatnot will start at 5 p.m. Brackets. Let's go there. Let's see what happens. That would be 88. Or no, my apologies. It's actually 77.
Andy's boys should get it after it.
So Andy Varela is third, is how they left it.
Oh, what? So, I wonder if someone in the comment section can.
Yeah, I'm going to take a note here. This is how you can tell you're actually getting very good at hosting. You're like, hey, somebody in the comment section, look it up. I'm on air. I can't. You are very lucky that we do have very good fact checkers who tend to hang with us. But I would assume there's some kind of injury at this point.
Look, I'm part of the mainstream media now.
Wow. Right? Oh, spoiler, Varela got the RNC on Max. We didn't even get to see it.
Wait, what?
What do you mean spoiler? How is there a spoiler? Let me go back and see if they have that footage there. They do not yet.
Yes, it's up there.
Oh, the footage is there?
Yeah.
Oh, so you found it.
I just found it, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I'm still watching this match.
I just want to point this out, then that means I was right.
On Varela winning?
Yes.
Yeah, but you did it out of fear, right? You were like, hey, I don't want
to. What do you mean? The best things come out of fear sometimes. Listen.
Nah, that doesn't count, man.
What do you mean that doesn't count? It's still correct. It's still a W in the column. Nobody's like, hey, you feared this prediction. Most people are going to go to the ballots this fucking November and still be like, I don't like any of this, but I just had to fearfully pick something.
Nah.
Don't tell me nah. You can't come to this country and tell me how this works, fam. That's not how this works. America works off of mediocrity. And shit, is this person here? They're rich, so we got to do this. So I do believe we have a result now in the Corbet and Holy. And it does look like the Corbet does pick up the third place. Excellent run by Jordan. Major props to him. That was an excellent run all around by one Jordan Holy.
Let it be known. I'm 2 for 2 now.
No, that's not how that works.
2 losses.
Who did you pick?
Keith Krikorian and then Elder Cruz for third place.
Did you really pick Elder Cruz for third place? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, because you were going with.
We made a bet.
Chris Wojcik. Sorry. I wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure if I heard that correctly.
You don't remember? You said, "Hey, I hate Elder Cruz. Everyone come on my show, so I'm picking Chris Wojcik." You don't remember saying that?
No, I do remember Elder Cruz not coming on my show once, so I will give him shit for that. So he did. You know what? He did the thing that I hate that athletes do, which is, "Oh man, I forgot," and I was like, "What do you mean you forgot?" And I go, "When are you available?" And he's like, and just zoozed. And I was like, Elder, we're going to have words. So I'll put that out there. See, how fearful is that host? That host ain't afraid to tell you who has shown up and who's not. You, unfortunately, very professional. So it's very hard to be like, yo, Paul didn't show up once. I'm like, nah, Paul's actually the one guy who he shows up on time.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're cool and friendly, man. So
it's very sweet of you. So let's do this, sir. There's going to be an intermission, so we're going to take a little bit of a break. You're welcome to join us in a little bit if you want to hang with us for the finals. But do you have any thoughts concerns, ideas, or anything that you've seen throughout the day, or any predictions going into these finals, sir?
These matches are about to be insane. I don't have any predictions yet. I'm still willing to bet on every single one of these matches because I got to come out with a winning record.
Oh, so, okay.
50-50 right now.
Okay. So do you need time to do your bet? Do you need to take a minute and then you'll come back and you'll do the bets? Or how are you doing this, sir?
I'm gonna study these brackets, okay?
All right.
And then I'm just gonna wild out and just pick a name. Weight class.
All right, let's do this, sir. Why don't we go ahead and take a break? We'll resume coverage in about 35 minutes or so. We'll come back a couple minutes beforehand. So you already proved you're not putting on a shirt. I feel at this point you got to ride that out. I think at this point, if you show back up for finals with the shirt, you're just kind of like, you're just not committed to the bit.
The only thing I need right now is I need Rafa to also pop the shirt, man.
Nope.
You gotta pop the hoodie, man.
You know what? This is business. I'm keeping this on because guess what? This is good money to me. I don't know what you're talking about here, guy. Maybe you don't make money off of t-shirt and hoodie sales, but this guy definitely does make some money off that.
This is representative of I'm still looking for a new sponsor, so.
Dude, this is the best I've ever seen. It's like, yo, you can paint this canvas with your rash guard if you want to pay me.
Exactly.
Paul, hit me back up in about 30 plus minutes. My appreciation to you, sir. I will see you back here shortly. All right.
Sounds good. See you
later. Much love, brother. All right, you guys. I think that is going to conclude just this portion of the coverage. So we're taking our break. They're taking a break. When we come back, we're going to have all the finals hitting it up for you guys. It has been an excellent day of coverage. Do not go anywhere. Go grab yourself some food, a drink, whatever it is that you need to do. Most of you 10th Planet people, you know what to do. Don't look at me like you don't know what to do right now. You know what you're supposed to go do. 10th Planet people, safety meeting. Enjoy whatever substance you like to. All right, guys. My name is Rafa Esparza. You are watching the Grappling Hour. And before I get on out of here, I will say this. I did notice this note from Egghead, and you know, Egghead is one of these decision makers, so he could be behind this decision, but it said, I think Varela made a real case for being ranked number 1 in the pre-draft rankings for PGF World 6. PJ won the Polaris Grand Prix, but Varela was really going for the subs and getting them during the trials. It's hard to really go against it. He had one of the better showings for this tournament. So yeah, I would say you're right. I think Varela's, I think he's right there, man. I think he is definitely somebody that you have to contend with. So definitely a very good observation. All right, my friends, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, become a member on the Grappling Hour on Patreon, patreon.com/Grappling Hour. You can also, what do we have? Join our comment section in the Discord. It's at Grappling Hour. Like, comment, and subscribe on all of our channels. That's YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Periscope isn't a thing anymore, but Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, we're everywhere at Grappling Hour. We make it very easy for you to follow along. So go get something, come back here in exactly 38 minutes. Yeah, 38. I'm going to try and go at 48. I think that's, or 58. I think that's a good time. All right, guys, much love to you. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back in a little bit.